And we're back with more of the Fingerbang Radio Show Podxploitation 3, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire. Sitting here with Conrad, Brandon, and Ian. And we were talking about Eminem, which I feel like he's kind of
his palms spaghetti.
His palms are spaghetti. There's spaghetti on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's spaghetti, but on the surface he looks calm spaghetti to spaghetti, but he keeps on spaghetti. What he wrote down, the whole spaghetti.
Every time you say a new line, I'm hoping you're gonna rhyme it, and you don't. Every time.
It sounds like you're gonna start rhyming it because his palms are spaghetti. There's spaghetti on his sweater already. Rhymes, but then you're like, he keeps on spaghetti, but on the surface he looks calm spaghetti. And you're reading it in this weird announcer voice.
I'm like, soon he'll see it.
I was talking to with mutual friends, my girlfriend's old roommate Beck. I was talking to her, right? And she goes, I guess her parents have an exchange student right now, and they live in Windsor. So they have an exchange student from Germany.
Spaghetti?
Yeah, no, it has something to do with Eminem. You know, Windsor's just across the water from Detroit, right?
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing her dad does when this exchange student comes down, he brought her down to 8 Mile and drove around and showed her around and was oh,
this is where
Eminem's from. That's great. That's the best intro to North America.
What a great father.
Yeah, really. Pretty great.
Can you imagine she gets back and it's he took me to a ghetto and told me about this weird white rapper that had an obsession with
talking
spaghetti.
about candy.
M&M's and
feel
spaghetti.
Lose yourself and there's a rare few
gotta
Eminem
lose yourself
songs
in the music the moment you got
stop.
it. You better never let it go. No, you only got one shot. Do not miss a chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Yo.
Nice.
I don't know why.
What
I know
other
that,
Eminem songs are
Spike the mic.
good?
Well, some lady, and you please stand up.
Those are the two songs.
My uncle used to sing that.
Lose yourself in the spaghetti.
The moment you want it, you better never let it spaghetti.
Haley.
Don't got one shot. Do not miss your chance to spaghetti.
Because opportunity comes once in spaghetti.
No, spaghetti comes once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a really shitty mother though? Did she really take the time to make spaghetti, or was she too busy?
Maybe that's all she made.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah, she kept forgetting that
She just
made that
boiled
last
some
thing.
spaghetti and slapped down a can of pasta sauce.
It's like ketchup
There's your dinner.
Marshall Mathers.
There's your...
I don't know why she's a drunk man. Also, she was what's his name? Old president, Watergate scandal.
Nixon.
No, Nixon.
JFK.
Both of you are oh yeah, Reagan. What a douche.
The actor?
Reagan had such jowls.
I wish Nixon was an actor.
Oh my god. What did he die of?
I have no idea.
We talk about Nixon on every marathon.
Nixon just comes up.
I don't know what Nixon is just someone it never gets old.
No,
talking
he's a
about
perfect
Nixon.
character.
He's so good.
I don't know why I forgot his name.
I wanted to ask you. I was who's your favorite president? Not even a millisecond hesitation. You're Andrew Jackson. Did you even know about Andrew Jackson?
I actually knew nothing about him until the other night. Someone asked me, they're like, oh, my favorite president is so-and-so. Who's yours? Andrew Jackson. What do you know about Andrew Jackson? I went to his Wikipedia page. Guy was a dick.
Yeah.
He was pro-slavery, and he's hey, let's take the Aboriginals and move them out of America.
Jackson.
I like
Andrew Jackson.
I kind of like JFK, but that's because, he went down with a bang.
We have that on video. I feel that's something that they'd be there's no video of that. But we actually
there
have a video
is.
of the president going
Head just exploding.
Yeah.
Wasn't his wife beside him too?
Yeah.
Can you imagine just sitting there and that's my oh fuck.
I think my favorite president is Harrison Ford. Dude pushes terrorists out of airplanes, knows how to get shit done.
Air Force One style.
If there's anyone who can get the economy out of the slump, it's fucking Harrison Ford.
Do you think that when he pushes the guy out of the airplane, he says presidential life? The guy's that's way better than Thug Life. As he falls, you hear that?
There's, that show Key and Peele? that just came out? No? Okay, well, there's this comedy show with
I've heard
Jordan
of it.
Key and Jordan Peele.
Okay.
It's it's like a sketch comedy show. One of the sketches is like this rap guy's like, I'm the king in the hood, I'm the boss, and da-da-da, and then this limo pulls up. Like a guy gets out, opens the back door, and like Barack Obama steps out, he's like, I'm the leader of the free world. Just drops the mic and walks away.
Oh, that's awesome. It was actually Barack Obama too?
No, I wish it was Barack Obama.
I could see him doing that.
Oh, yeah,
he was James Fallon and stuff.
Yeah. What did you say in the last show? You're like, do you guys know that one out of
every
51
U.S. presidents can dunk?
Yeah. Thanks for like, yeah.
It's... who did I go with?
Yeah.
Probably Andrew Jackson. It's like, it's Andrew Jackson, you racist.
I like that.
You're like, Roosevelt. Shit's crazy.
Just fucking... Can you imagine that?
Who's the one in the wheelchair?
FDR. FDR can dunk. Get me that ramp.
Wait, it's 42. There's 42 U.S. presidents? I don't know. I don't know.
a lot of states, I think.
That looks like the colonel.
There's 50 states. What?
No, wait, Hawaii.
There's 50.
No, 51. Alaska too.
Yeah.
51.
They bought...
I agree Alaska should be ours, but...
Isn't Alaska included in the 50?
I'm pretty sure it's 51.
I'm pretty sure... I don't...
I'm gonna look this up.
Do we really care about
Alaska's
America? Can I just throw this out? Our wine kind of looks like we're just drinking giant
Piss glass.
giant cups of piss, and we're like, oh, I love this. The flavor.
This is the cheap wine I got from
not
work
bad
that was
at
on
all.
sale. Yeah, it's like it was $13 for a liter and a half of wine.
Yeah, I got a normal bottle of Dan Aykroyd's wine for $15.
I apologize for this interjection, but does anyone know how to undo bonnets really well?
No bonnets.
Not a
chance.
Stop.
Well, while I was sitting here watching you
tricks.
do that, I was like, how's he gonna get that off? I really hope like hour 5 isn't we have to cut Conrad out of this too.
Guys, I'm overheating.
Guys, please, it's not even funny anymore.
Mitchell, you really gotta turn
I
this
think you're just gonna have to like slide it off, man.
I won't get defeated by this thing. It's
Well, once you take it off though, it'll be easier to manipulate.
You'll be able to manipulate.
then I'll probably
like,
just...
time.
Yeah. Well, I got one of them.
Yeah,
It's
if you're listening on the podcast feed, Conrad is just wearing a winter hat, but he like one of the ones that covers.
He thought it
so
looked
hard.
nice.
He thought it looked nice.
It does look nice. He does look nice.
Is it because he went to Montreal and you were like, it's probably cold there? Montreal is
colder than
Montreal's
right?
like a different country.
It almost is.
I wanted to be incognito.
Why'd you go to Montreal?
Incognito.
Incognito.
He wanted to be cognito.
Oh,
Why'd you go?
actually, my family went to the Star Wars exhibition.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay. Well, that's
They had like
acceptable.
You can tell us
original
about.
costumes, and you had to go through this whole series. Actually, it was pretty funny. This is the first time I've ever seen. Oh, story. Okay, cool.
All right, bro.
There's already a story.
I was already interested.
Okay, you know how like all mannequins are generally white people? Well, it's funny
Were
because
there mannequins of Anakin?
Lando Calrissian.
no, exactly. They're all
Mannequins?
black. All the mannequins. This is the first time I've ever seen a black mannequin. They're all black mannequins.
you
Maybe it's
imagine-
because they figured no black people would go to a Star Wars exhit. I don't know.
Can you
No,
imagine
Lando.
if they remade
That's
Star
Lando,
Wars?
yeah.
Lando, he was
And Mace
the one
Windu.
black guy in the
Mace
whole
Windu.
Those
universe.
badass
No.
characters are black guys.
Mace Windu. He was there. He died like a.
But to be fair, the two black guys, one of them's a traitor and one of them
No.
dies.
But then he ends up saving them all.
Yeah, he redeems himself, but
Yeah.
first he's a traitor.
Mace Windu's a badass.
Mace
He
Windu's a
dies.
Mace
badass,
Windu's
but
just straight up
dies.
badass. He nearly killed the Emperor
He
before
almost
all
killed
that
the
shit
Emperor,
started.
yeah. He's the reason the Emperor is all saggy and gross.
Samuel Jackson, man, I've been in the Black Panthers. Give me a purple lightsaber. Yeah, that's great.
I love how that was the only way he would do the movie. If he had
Well, it was
purple
because
lightsaber
he
and
wanted-
no one else did.
He wanted to stick out. He didn't
Yeah.
want to be just another Jedi, so he's like, I want purple. That was a classic
like that.
temper tantrum. You're like,
I got one of them, but it's not the first
I
one.
think there's a picture of him like as Mace Windu. It's like, pass me my lightsaber. It's the one that says bad,
Bad motherfucker
on it.
I like how for the Avengers, he's like, yeah, they all got superpowers, but at the end of the day, I'm a Jedi. I just whip out my lightsaber and cut some shit up.
I got an eye patch.
Must have been the second Easter
So
egg.
how was the rest of the convention?
It was good, actually. Like, it was...
Was
you can only
Course
go
of the Force there?
What's that?
You don't know what that is?
Course of the Force?
I'm going to assume it was not there then.
Hang on, where he was in Montreal. Course of the Force is in like California.
It could be like a chapter.
It also hasn't
I thought
happened yet.
that sounded like a pod racer name or something.
It's a relay where
You
they
run with
pass a
lightsabers?
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Did you see anything
yeah.
about the pod racing there?
Yeah, they had a whole lineup of the original figure because it was cool. They had like all the original concept art, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Yeah,
and you got to basically make your own character. You had all these stations. You're like, find out what kind of personality you would be in Star Wars. So you get to like pick all these people. One person I know though was a friend of my mom. She's like, why'd I get Jar Jar? I was like, you pick your name. Like,
You typed in Jar Jar.
Yeah, you had to type it in physically, and she's like, why'd I get this name?
What was your name?
What's up? It was Illumio Halos or something? It was a random one. I didn't actually. I forgot to skip that. I skipped that part.
I would have gone with Melky Quasar.
Yeah, that's Melky Quasar.
It sounds like a space porn star.
Yeah, but no, it was good.
When space porn becomes a thing, I'll be the leading guy, Melky Quasar.
No, it was good. It's just my mom kind of insists on taking pictures of every square inch of the place. She was actually like lying down like COD style, like snapping. She was actually taking pictures of like the Darth Vader suit, and yeah. But I was like, I got a thing to do.
Mom, podcast. You can see this anytime.
Yeah. I need to go talk about penises now. Actually, but when you called me, you were still in Montreal.
Yeah.
How the hell did you get back so fast?
I drove really fast.
Because I was like, you literally showed up an hour after you were.
And I was lost in a half hour in Barhaven.
So it took you half an hour to get from Montreal.
Slowly, the listeners are finding out like where I am. Like first, it's like, hey, you need near Strandherd, Barhaven, Strandherd, like Cresthaven. There he is.
Oh yeah,
there's his signals.
You just mentioned Cresthaven. They didn't know about that before.
Yeah, they didn't know about that. You just narrowed it down even more.
You should pass me a jube to make up for that.
Folly.
Technically, they're dare jubes. It says dare jube on the bank.
Oh, is it like dare to resist jubes and violence? 'Cause I'm failing.
Dare is drugs, not violence. It's dare to resist drugs. The anti-drug program in the States, funded by tobacco.
Dare to resist drugs?
I'm not joking.
Don't buy drugs. Use it to buy alcohol.
No, exactly.
Dare?
They fund it
Dare
to scare
is
kids.
drug abuse resistance education.
They fund Dare so they scare kids not into doing the illegal drugs, so they buy the legal drugs.
But you know what? They did a study and found that people who took the DARE program are more likely to try drugs than anyone else, because the way they try to scare you out of it is by saying everyone's doing it but you, and they all want to get you to do it. So you're like, if everybody's doing it, it can't be that bad.
It's like when someone's like, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, you'd be like, well, I want to be cool. Fuck yeah, jump off the bridge. You know?
First I'd be like, why are all my friends jumping off a bridge? Is it the end of the world? And yeah, I probably would.
Give me an explanation as why. When I jump
the
off
best
this
one
bridge,
I heard,
like, trip balls.
Is there water at the bottom? Like,
the best one I heard was on Jimmy Neutron, and his
pressure.
dad's like, well, if your friend's name was Bridge, would you jump off him? He's like,
That was good.
That actually sounds like fun.
That's
I'd love
fun.
jumping off it. Actually, kidding. Brandon, no homosexual, but would it be alright if you tried to...
dude, just slide it off.
slide it off.
I tried. I actually can't.
No, like
No, you
forward,
don't. Yeah,
forward. Slide it forward.
You can do it.
You can do it. Do the top part first.
You're so close.
This just got better.
I'm just gonna leave it like this.
Ladies,
Conrad's looking hot tonight.
like, pull up now.
I can get it off you.
My nose is too
Just pull up. If you're gonna come off now, you're past the nose.
Keep pulling.
That's bullshit.
What was that noise?
There you go.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Conrad has finally been
Probably just gentlemen.
probably. Lady and gentlemen.
Lady
And let Blip joins us.
Yeah. Buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, it says, have they invented lightsabers yet? What's the progress on that? Now, I've started. A friend of mine once came up to me and goes, you know, we're like really close to making lightsabers, right? And then he goes, he's like, all they're missing is the crystals.
All they're missing is the fictional part.
Yeah, the part that don't exist that makes the light stop. Yeah, we need that.
Actually, I think George Lucas tried to explain that as the Force stops it. Like you use the lightsaber and you're using the Force to stop it.
Is that extendable universe? I mean, extendable.
Yeah, you know, it's the universe you can just extend at will.
Expandable.
Extend it.
If that was true, if I had a lightsaber, I'd be like,
Just make it.
Well,
so you
there
can
are lightsaber whips. Like the
What?
whole whip part is lightsaber.
yeah.
And you whip people with it.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I read.
It's not canon.
I would
though.
lose a limb.
Yes, it is.
No, fuck you. It's
No,
not.
no,
It's not. It's not the original 3. It's not canon.
I read.
I like it. You don't even take the prequels as canon. You're like, those didn't fucking happen either.
This didn't happen either.
I read these Star Wars books. They were like came after a certain series, whatever.
Yeah.
And the guy he had like put like 6 crystals in it, and like it was like a fucking 9-foot long lightsaber. I remember that was like.
How is that okay?
He was like a major Sith Lord or something.
There was this one guy.
I feel like that's cheating.
There was one guy who made a lightsaber, and it went out the normal blade, and then he had one coming off at a 45-degree angle as well that was thinner. It's still not the lightsaber blade. It was just coming off at a weird angle.
I fell for one of those. I was an extendable lightsaber one. Turns out it just made your dick bigger, but I did it anyway. Any help I can get?
I took some notes this morning when I got off work. Just like weird shit we talked about. I was
You gonna
thinking
tell
about,
us?
Yeah. One of the ones. The first one was live music because I was thinking about like, I don't know if it's just me, but when I go to like see live music, there's a big part of me going like, God, looking forward to this for this to end. You know, like there's like I'm never sitting there fully going like I never want this concert to end.
It's kind of like a movie, I'd say. Like if it's a good movie, you know, but after a while
But
you
you
kind of
still
like
gotta
it just
go.
drags
There's
on.
something
You
about
I
kinda
was
like,
sitting in the movie theater today, and like the last half hour of the movie, it's like great movie.
What movie?
But
Yes.
it was just Seeking a Friend for the End of the World.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like great movie, but the last half hour was like,
But not even a movie because I feel a movie I can go right to the end. But when like say like we went downtown to see some kind of more local bands that like we'd never heard of, like Camp Radio.
Winchester War.
Wait, was that in the winter?
Yeah.
That was a good night.
But like we go down and it's like great, you know, they're pretty good, but I find the most part I'm sitting there going like,
I want a song I can sing along.
yeah, like exactly, like
That's
unless
part of the live music appeal is being able
Yeah.
to sing along.
That's
Well, I
why I'm not the biggest fan of going to see new
Well,
bands.
it definitely helps if you know the band inside out, because then you know all the songs. You can sing along to it. It grabs the whole time. If it's a band that you're like, I know
One or
get
two.
me
knew,
somebody
like,
I used to know or something. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Then
Like,
you're-
you go to see
But see,
Chili
the thing
Peppers,
is,
they're
I don't
like,
think
all these
anybody
songs.
knows all the words to somebody that I used to know. I think they're like, no, you're just somebody that I used to know.
I just like that
Someone
song.
made a reference, like a joke about that on Facebook, and everyone was like, "Oh, that's so funny," and I didn't understand the reference at all. People were like, "Oh, it's like that song."
What did it say?
It was like a picture of a guy in a car, but he had his face painted like the guy in the
Why'd you have to cut me off?
Yeah, and like
It's
they were-
because in the song he says that line.
But I was sitting there, and everyone's like,
But you
"This is so
didn't have to
funny."
cut
But even
me
now that I
off.
get the reference, I'm like, "It's not that
It
funny.
wasn't.
It's a fucking shitty joke." And if that's your idea of excellent humor, you're a fucking idiot. Go die. Oh, I was like, oh,
You sound miffed, sir.
I'm very miffed that shit. But I just say for the most part, I don't sit there going like, this concert should never end.
Oh yeah.
I've been to a couple concerts like that. It's only like when it's really fucking good.
Like that's like your
saw-
favorite
yeah.
band.
Yeah,
and you're
like the last-
I never wanna leave.
The last one I went to was like the Dreadnoughts, and they had the Bicasa opening.
You
for
went?
them.
Like, I didn't
Yeah.
go. Like,
Oh,
$10 show.
oh,
we didn't get to go.
good.
The guys do
Oh, man.
karate.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys. It was fucking great, especially because
Play
like
the song.
as I'm waiting in line to get a ticket, my friend comes in with like a 40 of cider, and he's like, "Where are the Dreadnoughts, man? I want to drink this with them before they go on stage." And the Dreadnoughts came down the stairs. The guy's like, "I got this for you. Let's go drink it in the green room." They're like, "Yeah, fuck yeah!" And they went upstairs, and then like the bassist turned around before he left, and he looked at me. He was like, "You fucking coming or what?" And I was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Yeah, I am." Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I would have loved to see them, though, because, like,
They're so good live. Holy fuck.
that's, like, all I listened to.
Wait, are you? I guess you're
Not
not going
the
to be in town
Dreadnoughts. No.
for July 4th.
No, they're back, right?
Yeah, the Bicasa are back.
Yeah.
So
It's like one of these
they're
bands,
so
like,
funny.
they're excellent.
They don't take. They're called the Bill Cosby Anarchist Society of America, but they got a cease and desist from Bill Cosby's lawyer, so they call themselves the Bicasa now because they have to. It's like the inside of one of their.
Because it used to be, like, the
is
BCASA.
like the cease and desist from the lawyer, like just a photocopy of it.
Because it used to be, like, the BCASA, and then they, like, had to go off, like... But it's incredibly, they're
so
really,
good.
really good. But that would have been a good show. Plus, we played them on air and stuff.
Yeah, and like
that's true.
at that show, I
You should
found
open
a
a
watch.
window.
Yeah.
I found a watch in the pit.
I'll put my bonnet
and
back
I
on.
was like,
Cold.
I was
Watch?
I went up on stage and like after the bands were done, I was like, "Watch, this blind anyone watch," and like no one answered. So I went up to the Bicasa merch table and I was like, "Listen, you guys rock, but I'm broke. Any chance I can trade this watch for some merch? I got a poster a button and their CD for a watch. The guy was like, "That's the best fucking trade I've made all day. Thanks, man." Like the watch still worked and everything. Just need a new wrist strap.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I know what you mean with the live stuff. I was also wondering, like, you know how Tupac did it wasn't actually him there? I wonder if other bands are actually going to start doing that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
What
'Cause
they're talking about doing like Elvis
literally a
and...
month before their, like, Beatles concert.
Yeah,
God.
yeah, seriously. Yeah. That's true. They could.
I just
kinda
like
do
that.
No,
I don't care.
Yoko
That doesn't
Ono
hold
can't
appeal
destroy
to
the
me.
band.
That's pretty much like
Yeah.
watching them on TV.
Yeah.
Well, like, but they
Just
wouldn't.
because they're on a stage with a bunch of people around me, I don't feel like that changes it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even work because they wouldn't be able to react to things like what if they had to stop because some guy was being too rowdy.
Yeah,
You just
exactly.
keep going if the rain was, he starts cutting out, like it's still,
That'd be hilarious.
It would just be like listening to a
Paul
live
McCartney.
recording.
He's not dead, is he?
TV in
Wouldn't
front
it be
of you.
fucked up though if you're talking during the show and like fucking Lennon just stops and goes, "Shut up."
Yeah. Like, oi,
Messed up.
shut the fuck up. And you're like, sorry, Dead Lennon.
Oh my god.
that'd be.
George
program
Harrison is
that
the
in.
only real one. It's just 3 other holograms.
Program it in so that randomly in the middle, all the
Ringo's still
holograms
alive. They just
stop.
don't want him.
Yeah. George Harrison's dead and he doesn't want Ringo.
Oh wait, no.
Paul
It's
McCartney's
Paul
the one
McCartney
who's
that's still alive.
Yeah.
Paul McCartney.
I was
my
gonna
bad.
say too soon,
I
sir.
just-
Ringo's still alive though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does,
just
like,
nobody
solo.
gives a fuck.
He's also
Nobody cares
peace and
about
love, no more fan mail. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, right? Didn't he do that?
Yeah.
Because remember on G4 they had like Attack of the Show.
Yeah.
They still have
They
Attack.
still have it.
When he posted
Kevin
that.
Pereira quit.
Good.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's
Give a
better
fuck.
than that.
He was actually pretty funny.
No, yeah, I love
No,
it.
Yeah,
it's
like,
like
Kevin
he's
Pereira
really
was
funny.
funny.
It's just Attack of the Show isn't
Yeah.
It's
great.
not good anymore. They really kind of
Jumped
forgot who their
the shark.
audience was.
Yeah.
Way too much.
They jumped the shark.
They did. But thing is, like,
So did the Fonz, didn't they?
Yeah, that's, where the saying came
That's what I'm
from.
saying.
Yeah.
No way.
Because after that, Happy Days just started sucking.
Yeah,
it
true.
blew my mind.
Jump the shark.
To me, that's the best episode.
That's the only episode. I
To me, I think the
remember.
episodes after that were much better than any before.
But on Attack of the Show, when they found
Devil's
out
avocados.
when they found out that Ringo wasn't signing shit anymore, and he was like, "I got 1 month before I just stopped signing stuff people sent to me."
Yeah.
They started gathering as much shit, and viewers were sending stuff to them, and then
That's
they
so funny.
piled like thousands of things. And just sent
just
it
sent it
all
all
to
to
his
Ringo?
P.O. box. That's great.
That's pretty great.
I wonder if they got
Like big,
any
like
of the stuff.
inflatable sharks, like for pools, like already blown up and stuff.
I wonder if they got anything signed and sent back.
Maybe.
Probably by a secretary, maybe. I don't know. I don't think he actually.
Ringo's secretary.
I will sign this for $50.
Who's actually sending stuff to Ringo? Like, hey, sign this
I
one.
don't know.
You're my favorite Beatle.
But people like give him shit, but it's like he was.
He still was one of the
Yeah.
Beatles.
I watched
like,
the documentary. It's like 12 hours long. Like
That's like-
Beatles
that's like-
anthology.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
like
yeah.
saying, man, King Edward sucked. Yeah, he was still a king.
Yeah.
He still would have cut your head off if you
Yeah,
gave him.
he still could have been like off with his head while he's
Yeah.
downing a flagon of mead, eating like some lamb and getting
the reason I
blown
don't
by a
understand,
surf.
I don't understand how Ringo was famous because he was like a weird looking kid.
Well, they only got him because he was good at drumming.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
the thing.
he had a good-
I don't
He,
really
fit
like the
image of
Beatles.
The band.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a huge Beatles fan.
Yeah, I
I'm a
don't
Stones
know.
guy.
I mean, like, I don't.
I'm not
it's
a
like,
Stones
I
guy.
completely respect them for what they did. They completely
like, they-
changed music and
they
shit.
changed
It's just-
pop music, but like,
Just gonna hide myself.
Hide your Abbey Road shirt. What I hate is the fucking
that's why I brought it up. I want you off the show.
the fucking conspiracy that which one of them died? Was
Lennon?
it George? Paul? Yeah. Because like, oh, he's not wearing shoes on the cover of Abbey Road, and he's smoking a
Oh, they-
cigarette, and he's got the wrong foot forward. So clearly, that's a sign that he died, and they replaced him. It's
Well,
like,
they
fuck you.
were
The
just
Beatles-
messing with the
Yeah, they
the
trolled
audience.
people. Like,
Oh,
they,
for sure,
they did
yeah.
everything they could to make people believe that.
Yeah.
It's like it's like they've come out and said that, and people are like, "No, man, no, he died." And
He's a
lizard.
didn't.
I wish though that like all these crazy music conspiracies that you
I
hear
wish.
about-
Some of them
You know,
were
like
right.
Jimi Hendrix
Because-
got killed by his manager, and Bob
Yeah.
Marley got killed by the CIA.
Did you
I wish
hear
those
the
were
whole
all true.
theory for that?
Bob Marley got killed by the CIA.
Well, like, there's like this crazy theory where like he gets
Yeah.
a boot from a guy in the CIA, he puts it in.
No,
and
he
got-
gets a boot from the son of a senator
Yeah.
who doesn't like Bob Marley.
and he puts the boot on. He gets stabbed in the toe with something, and it's a piece of copper wire. And they're like, whatever. Like, you have to put copper wire in the boot to keep the shape or whatever. And then he goes off, and he's got. They're like, he goes because he's got a cold.
and they're like, "You have cancer."
Yeah, they're like, you have cancer. You got to go to this place, and like, will treat you there, and like his friends and family couldn't contact him and all this shit. It's so dumb.
I think he was just tripping hard. I think that's.
Well, it's like he died of like gangrene or something.
Yeah, he died of an infection.
Yeah.
I thought, didn't he get shot on stage?
Yeah,
though?
no, he
that
got
was-
shot the
that-
night before,
that
went
was-
on stage the next day.
That was
That's
bad.
pretty badass.
Yeah.
The thing is, I hate Bob Marley. I hate the majority of his fans.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I know your dad's a big Bob Marley fan, but at least your dad probably knows every goddamn song Bob Marley's ever done.
He's like a real
Yeah.
Bob Marley
He's a
fan.
real
Most
fan.
Bob Marley fans are like, smoke weed, man.
Yeah.
These
All
are
right.
Bob Marley fans.
Not just-
I'm in college. There's a poster sale.
Yeah,
I've
this
talked
is-
about it a million times.
Yeah.
Buy a Bob Marley poster.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Buy a
smoke
Marilyn
some
Monroe
weed.
poster for your girlfriend.
They'll be like, my favorite Bob Marley song is "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and they're
My
like,
favorite
"That's
Bob
not a Bob
Marley's-
Marley song." Dude.
Yeah.
My favorite Bob Marley song is "Smoke Two Joints."
Small.
No,
Yeah.
that was
I,
When
sublime.
Bob Marley covered Colt 45. That was
I like how like the majority of Bob Marley fans are like fake gangsters who will
Yeah.
like, try to
Yeah.
fight you.
My favorite line from How I Met
You
Your
know,
Mother
peace, love.
is Neil Patrick Harris talking about one of Ned's girlfriends, and Ted's girlfriend. Sorry, and he's just like, he's like,
New character.
So, he's like, does your girlfriend know that one reggae song? How's it go? Chaka, chaka. Oh yeah, every reggae song.
Yeah, that's the way I see it too. Like we went at Blues Fest. His son?
Ziggy Marley.
yeah,
think
He has quite a few kids.
Son
he
or
actually had it. He's a
brother or
sister. He's a
something.
daughter that's in
Yeah.
fashion.
Yeah,
For some reason.
but he has quite a few. He has Damien Jr. Gong Marley is in music. Ziggy
Are
Marley
you
is
sure
in
it's
music.
Gong?
Junior Gong.
Are you sure it's Gong?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
yeah.
He's thinking Tom.
No, but we went. And,
I'm
like,
thinking Tom. Yeah, exactly.
Tom right here. I had seen that day. Like I think I went to see like Girl Talk, like DJ and stuff, and
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
seen some other stuff. And then we're like, oh, Bob Marley's son,
you.
I guess, is playing downtown.
This is a good one.
It's gonna work. No,
What the fuck
it's
are you
not.
doing?
You're not drinking it. I'm taking
not
it.
yet.
It's
Fuck
good.
you.
It's actually really good.
It's not bad.
Have you drank it?
Yeah,
Well, so I'm used to drinking like $10 wine at the Lickbo, so
This is
yeah.
$10
Call it
wine.
Lickbo too.
Yeah, I call
it's
it the
shorter.
Lickbo. Yeah.
Well, like sometimes I
If you
just
live
don't
in
feel like
Ottawa, you don't
saying.
call it Lickbo.
I live in Trenton.
Yeah, he does.
They have it there too.
They have one.
How many beer stores do they have?
One.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Plus,
down
like
the
a-
street from my house.
That place
There
is
you go.
really grown up.
I remember when all we
beer
had were
store.
crack fiends. I feel like crack fiend is an underrated insult. Because you're telling someone, like, you love crack so much, you're a fiend. Like, you're a demon for it.
You know,
It's pretty insulting.
Call the crack you want.
there's actually you should bring that. Like, there's a few like cocksucker. I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know.
That's a good. That's
well,
a good holy.
That one doesn't really strike me as that mean anymore.
what- you know
'cause,
what I feel like
a lot
is-
of nice people have sucked
It's
dicks.
comfortable.
You know what
but
I
Let's
feel
just be
like is falling out of fashion? Motherfucker. I haven't heard motherfucker that
yeah, there's
much
always
lately.
like fucktard or
Lately, I've heard
fucksicle or something. Like,
motherfucker.
actually, no one
Yeah, I
uses
heard like
fucksicle.
motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Or like mawfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I've been in with the.
Motherfucker.
I've been having a couple run-ins with the triads lately.
Triads.
Motherfucker.
Triads are a completely made-up gang.
Really?
That's not a real thing. at
Oh
all.
man.
Like the Yakuza is a real thing.
Yeah,
the
oh,
Triads
yeah,
was
yeah.
something that
The
was like
Yakuza
promoted
are-
by like GTA 3 and like
So
and a
funny.
Mel Gibson
Legend.
movie.
I didn't know that was fake.
yeah, it's not
Payback.
real.
I think that's the Mel Gibson
And
movie.
we
with
say that
triads.
now.
Mel Gibson is Payback.
What was the last movie he made before you went all Jew hating?
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
I think he's
Braveheart.
always been Jew hating.
Yeah, no, but like before he was vocal about it. To sugar tits the
I
call.
don't understand how that can happen. Like, I personally love Braveheart and Maverick. Like, he does an apocalypse does well.
Well,
done.
it's one thing to like
But then he
someone
just
for what
totally
they can
goes
do
crazy,
and hate
like-
them for who they are.
Yeah.
It's like Tom Cruise, fucking incredible actor.
Yeah.
Apparently a really nice guy. That shit
Oh,
insane.
he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Batshit crazy.
It's like, you know what I find? What's been happening lately? Every time I think a celebrity's like a nutcase or that I don't like them, I'll see Oprah interview them and then be like, they seem like pretty legit people.
Yeah, like they're not
even
actually that bad.
She interviewed George Bush, and afterwards I was like, hey, he's kind of a nice guy. Like, you know,
That's- I
like,
know,
He's just a little
yeah,
like
he's kind of he probably has bad
kind of an
ideas.
idiot.
Yeah.
Idiots,
Yeah.
but
It's
it's
Like definitely shouldn't
like
have been
he's
president.
But you
he's
sit there
smart,
and, like-
but he's an idiot.
yeah, he's a smart guy, but it's
He's
like you're
book
sitting there
smart,
going,
but
Yeah,
common
it's
sense.
It's really naive.
none.
It's pretty brutal
but
because
you're like, I'd totally have a barbecue with that guy.
Oh, yeah, like-
no, I totally
yeah.
hang out with him, like smoke a joint, get drunk, have a barbecue.
No,
Seems
no,
like
you
that kind
wouldn't
of guy.
smoke a joint
pretty.
with him.
It's pretty funny
He,
though.
he
how-
was a strong advocate of the war on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
No,
was also
really.
a strong advocate of doing a lot of cocaine.
Yeah, there's videos of him drunk out of his mind at like banquets, like, hey guys, his dad's president. Like,
wouldn't you do that? If your dad was president, would you not just get drunk at every banquet?
Yeah.
That's what George W. Bush's daughters did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bush twins.
sexy.
Yeah. No, it is pretty funny though. Like, you think about it, like, you know, when he's in power, everyone's like, this is the worst president that could have ever have taken power and all the stupid stuff that he's done. But then after he leaves, and then you see all the candidates now, like Mitt Romney and Gingrich, you're like, wow, you know, I kind of wish Bush was. You know, almost you have this like.
At least he was
once you see
funny,
Santorum,
awful.
you're like, I can go for some Bush.
Yeah.
It's like Mitt Romney, Santorum. Those guys are crazy scary. He was at least like crazy funny.
Yeah, like it was like other people could boss him around and make him do bad decisions, but it's not like he actually was a.
He really didn't
wasn't
do
a bad
anything.
person
It's
at
like
heart.
he got a lot of the bad rap for it, but it's like he didn't do jack. It was like everyone else that did stuff.
I fear the world where Santorum actually had a shot at being president. That's what's scary.
I fear the world where Mitt
didn't.
Romney has a shot at being president. Jesus.
I just
Doesn't he like
understand now.
actually legit have a shot?
He's the candidate for the
He's only
Republican
slightly
Party.
below Obama right now, I think.
Like that's
The fact that, like,
scary.
after the whole George Bush fiasco for 8 years, people are still like, yeah, we'll vote Republican again.
Let's see what happens this
It's like,
time.
at this point, wouldn't you be like,
It's
wow,
ridiculous.
this hasn't been working.
Especially like
complete off.
George Bush, like the years during George Bush sucked, and then when Bill Clinton came in, they had a huge comeback, and then they elect the guy's son.
Yeah.
Well, they probably thought like, well, the son won't be.
There's no, he'll learn from his dad's mistakes.
He was only drunk at every banquet. Like that's a good sign. That's how every good kid.
You know, he's only a draft dodger. Or no, he didn't draft. He's a deserter. Sorry, he's only a deserter and a cocaine addict.
I think it's. Sorry, go ahead.
Back on the thing though about like how like when Oprah interviews someone, I actually like them again.
Yeah.
I watched one where they did an interview of like the whole Kardashian family, and after that too though, like you're sitting there going like, okay, I get it. Like
they're normal people that
they're
just
very
happen to be
normal people,
famous
like-
for being.
like
They're really fucking good at public relations.
yeah.
That's all they're good at.
But like
They're
she
so
like
good at
Oprah
marketing.
like doesn't care. She'll ask the man like she's like, do you think you're famous because of your sex tape? She's like, I'm not an idiot. She's like, I know that's why I'm famous. Like she's like, I'm not unaware of that fact. She's like, it was a mistake. Like watching it, you go like, wow, I totally kind of.
They're
Are we
people.
having an earthquake right now?
No.
Everything's shaking.
Oh, I hit the table.
Oh, okay. I felt the floor shake a little too.
Dude,
No,
don't do it.
no,
Jurassic Park!
I felt the floor shake
The
a little.
T-Rex
and I
is
was-
coming. That's like the perfect height. The T-Rex
it's-
would like look in the window and
It's
be
not
like, "Oh,
unreasonable.
the fuckers are
Ottawa has
podcasting."
earthquakes.
And the other one that she did, she interviewed like 50 Cent or something.
Oh, Fitty.
Fitty.
But the thing is, like, he's sitting there and he's going, okay, this is like the most brilliant thing he said ever. Was that like people judge rappers because they're like, you guys promote a bad image, and then he's like, music. He's like, music and movies. It's like people don't seem to
If
think
you're-
that it's entertainment is entertainment.
If you're
Yeah.
too stupid to separate that from reality, that's your own damn
Yeah,
fault.
he goes like, he's like, people don't get mad at Al Pacino for playing Scarface
Yeah.
and promoting like cocaine and
A mountain of cocaine
mountain
and
of
shooting.
cocaine.
He literally makes face prints in it.
Yeah, exactly. No one's like mad at him for portraying that role, but he's like 50 Cent. He's like, I'm not like he's like, I'm not out shooting people. He's like, that's a character I play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's the thing with most rappers. Like, it's a character. They're not gangsters.
They're not gangsters.
Unless your name is Marshall Mathers.
That's true. Yeah.
But if you think about it,
He's the only true gangster.
The ones that make it actually have to kind of be smart to make it in the business.
50 Cent?
For sure.
You know.
50 Cent was shot 9 times.
Yeah.
50
Yeah.
No,
He was
but,
smart enough to survive.
Like 50 Cent, like he seems like a really smart guy. Like he knows what the fuck he's
Yeah,
doing.
oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Like I don't even listen to his music at all.
It's not like he's
Yeah,
like, I rap, whatever. It's
yeah,
like he knows what he's doing.
and like vitamin water.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, I know.
He invested like all his money.
That
into
was all 50
That's
cents.
pretty much how he
It's like
made
they were
it.
looking for an investor and 50 cents.
They
Like,
literally-
holy shit, I'll do that.
He got like they said $100 million in royalties
Didn't he?
from that.
Wasn't that he went on
Crazy.
Oprah and he was drinking the vitamin water?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then everyone was all like, whoa.
Sitting there and she's like, a year ago we invested in a little known company called Vitamin Water.
It wasn't
Like-
really little known. It's by Coca-Cola.
Yeah, no, but that was made and then Coca-Cola bought it. And he got all that
Oh,
money.
okay.
Yeah, they bought. Yeah.
No, but like I find every time she interviews someone, I'm like, man,
You realize, well, like they're just a person.
Like, why do you think Oprah's like so famous?
Yeah.
Because like she can do really good fucking interviews, and that's all she does.
I love Oprah, man. Like I hate when people are like,
I don't really feel either way about Oprah.
I'm not a fan of Oprah, mostly because mostly because of Dr. Phil, for starters.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true.
Dr. Phil's.
Dr. Oz.
Dr. Oz ain't bad.
I like this
Dr.
rebuttal
Oz
going
Oz
on
ain't
right now.
great, though.
This is good.
And fucking like all the stuff she promotes is like completely unscientific pseudoscience bullshit that can really hurt.
Yeah.
Like she promotes homeopathy, I'm pretty sure, which straight up kills people.
Well, because it's the way that works. In case you don't know, is
I do.
well, we have like 3 viewers who might be dumb.
It's like it's the
And we have no
idea
viewers.
It's the idea that if you water
guys.
something down enough, it'll have the opposite effect. They're like, water contains vibrations, and like the vibrations of
The water
onion
remembers
juice.
what was in it.
So it's like it's fucking bullshit.
My stepdad went on that to try to cure an ulcer once. Didn't work.
Because it's not anything.
dead
It's
now.
water.
He died. No, he's alive. He's in Kingston.
Like it's literally.
So we might as well be dead. No.
And like
so yeah, exactly.
Kingston's a nice town.
In Kingston?
Yeah.
I want to run into him so bad.
in the States, you
wouldn't
can
recognize
literally
you.
label like anything as homeopathic remedies and just sell it, and the FDA can't do anything about it.
Because it's literally just water.
It isn't
think
even water sometimes.
probably a
Sometimes
lot
it
of it-
contains like there was one medicine that had like a dangerous amount of zinc in it, and people lost their sense of smell permanently.
Well, then it's
My
got-
friend lost his sense of
I'm
smell
down on that. I don't
permanently.
want a sense of smell.
it's not that great.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
trying to
I've
remember-
had that for years.
If I had to
Sad.
lose a sense, it would go smell and then taste.
I'm sorry, I didn't have time to put deodes on before I got here. But
My friend actually
you
lost
caught
his
up-
sense
glad
of
you
smell
caught that.
because of like a bunch of zinc. Like he
Yeah.
lost his sense of smell, and I'd always feel bad because we'd be walking, and be like, "Oh man, it smells like cupcakes. You smell that?" And he'd be like, "No,
No,
I have no sense
I
of
don't
it
smell.
all the time."
Ever.
I've always said though, I wish humans never developed noses or the sense of smell. But wait,
Yeah, I feel like
everyone
that's
always
not
does
really
this.
an evolutionary
every
advantage.
Every time I say that, someone goes, "Yeah, but then you wouldn't be able to taste the same." And I go like, "Okay, what I'm saying
would evolve
is,
to-
I'm saying I wish we had never evolved where smell was necessary. Where it's like years back, I can understand we're hunting and shit.
Yeah.
Now it's like. I'd
Now
say
it's like if I
90%
didn't
of the
have
shit
taste,
I
I would
smell.
eat only healthy shit.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
because
also-
what's the
well,
point?
also, most of the stuff
What's
you
up with
smell
that?
is stuff
What's
you
up
don't
with
like
that?
smelling, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd say 90% of the shit I smell, I'm like, oh fuck.
I got off the
Plus,
train here. It smelled like
nose.
dog shit and petrol. And I was like, I just want to get back on that train.
Plus my nose is always hurting or leaking. And
My
shit.
nose
I
is.
hate my nose.
nuisance.
Like I have fucking allergies like a motherfucker.
Me too.
I'm allergic to that
Ass.
fucking cat,
Oh fuck that cat.
and like my nose is running, and I keep fuck your cat.
I say we put him in a box and then stomp on the box. I can't stand that cat.
I like your cat, but I hate it.
We just lost 3 viewers because of cat eating.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay, I was like, oh. Our viewers are Redditors.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a subreddit, eh? I might as well mention that to listeners.
Really?
Yeah, we do actually.
Is that a big deal? I'm never on Reddit.
It's not Space Dicks, is it?
It is. Post all our shit on.
You know what's funny? I know nothing about Reddit, but I know what Space Dicks is.
If you want to find it, I mean, there's not really much there, but if you want to post anything in there, it's
Post your fan pics.
Reddit/r/Cake
Cake
Talk Productions.
We're having a finger bang babe contest. So.
Yes.
It's like
Also-
the Ottawa
Show
Sun
me your
Girls,
tats.
but more trashy.
Yeah.
We're also accepting fan interpretations of Mitchell's junk.
Yeah, I am down on that for sure.
Pass me the wine.
Literally. Oh, yeah. This is
He's literally down on pictures of his own junk. It's pretty gross.
I feel bad for Ian because he's really close, and I feel
Yeah,
you're like,
and I've already got a big head, so it doesn't help. I said
Wine?
How did that sound like Pepsi? I'll take it anyway. Oh, now. I got caffeine.
Somebody doesn't like Coke. Or wait, sorry.
Pepsi.
Excuse me for a second while I
This
fix
this
my brain.
podcast is brought to you by Coolio Estates, outside of my work.
Wrong.
I think
this
it's
wine
Coolio.
is a gangster's paradise.
It's actually a good song. Harry got me into that song. Can you believe that?
The thing is about that song is it's like
Weird Al ruined it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
pretty
can't-
sure you brought this up last time.
Oh
What
yeah,
the hell,
no,
man?
I can't listen to it without Amish Paradise going through my
but he
head.
did that for a lot of songs too.
Yep.
Eat it. Can't listen to Beat It.
But you know what? Kurt Cobain said Weird Al was a musical genius.
Well, I mean, he is
still doing it. Like
white and nerdy instead of riding dirty.
That's a funny song.
VH1 approached him and was like, "Hey man, do you want to do a show that's like you finding the next Weird Al?" And Weird Al was like, "Why the fuck would I want to do that? I'm still being Weird Al."
Yeah.
Weird Al Yankovic. He is a genius. Like, it's tough to write a
There's this one
parody.
YouTube thing. It's like 5 seconds long. It's just a chicken crossing the road and being like, "Why?
And like, he's apparently a really fucking nice guy too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he does it. He has an interview.
Guy,
He has a show on YouTube for the Nerdist where he just interviews people.
Sick. Have you guys seen UHF?
Yeah,
His movie from like the late 80s.
Yeah.
So good.
It is actually. There's some really. The
Like,
first time I saw that.
One of the best like sketch comedy movies I've ever seen. The best, actually.
I saw some footage of someone interviewing Coolio, and they were like, "What do you think of Weird Al's version of your song?" And he goes, "Man, I don't think that's real necessary."
Even doing the voice.
It was like, that was about like a real serious subject. I'm like, Coolio, you're a lying
shut up.
piece of shit, man. No hardcore gangsters like, man, I'm gonna call myself Coolio. Fuck off.
Yeah, really.
Like LL Cool J.
Yeah.
I wonder how he came up with that. He's like, well, I want people to know that ladies love me, and I'm cool, and my name is James. LL Cool J.
Classic.
Like, do you think he approached his agent and he's like, people call me LL Cool J, stands for Ladies Love Cool James, and his agent was like, okay.
To be
got
honest,
it, buddy.
to be honest, I've never questioned it. I looked at it and I'm like, nope, not gonna listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Flatlining.
Just like my mom.
How's she doing, by the way?
Did you hear she's flatlining? She died.
Flatlining, just like my mom. So how is she, by the way?
Sounds like
Dead.
a yoga
Flatlined.
position or something. Yeah.
Just for the viewers at home, she's not actually dead.
How do you know?
We're not joking about that. Because you've been talking about her like the whole time.
What, I can't talk. My mom didn't do things before she flatlined?
Honest, I'm assuming other than... No, I'm not going to go there. Never mind.
Come on.
No.
Be nice to my dead mom.
I'll bring up a new subject.
No,
today.
I always think about Mr. T when I'm about to disrespect someone's mom. Have you guys seen that? He did a music video back in like the 80s about how you should respect your mom. And it is glorious in the way that Black Dynamite is glorious.
I was watching this.
That's what I needed to
You ever
hear.
heard of the show, The IT Crowd?
Oh, I love the IT crowd.
Okay, well, anyway, there's one point.
Well, fuck that. That has
where
nothing to
he's
do with
like-
that.
He's like, I'm a big fan of teams. He's like, this picture frame on my desk, you may think it's my family. It's actually a picture of the A team. And he starts naming those and he goes like, I don't know everything. He's like, Bill, John, Jeff, the jewelry man. It's so funny. I was on the bus back home today, and I drove by the strawberry picking place, and it's like, pick your own strawberries.
Yeah.
And all I could think was like, I'm gonna pay
To do
stand
labor.
in a field.
A hot field.
Fucking
Looking
hot
for the
summer.
best strawberries. There's bugs and fucking
Yeah,
kids that are trying to
really
get
don't
them. And
understand
why
the
people
appeal.
like that.
If you have kids, it's like, look, well, something we can do.
Is it cheaper? Maybe it's cheaper.
I don't
It's
think
probably
so.
well,
it's probably you can get as much as you. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, they
so-
like give you a basket to fill.
Yeah.
up.
and then you can fill
can-
the basket
and
as
you
full
can-
as you
I
want.
think it really
Chew, too,
depends
you
on the
can-
price.
Do you think there's
You
a lot
can
of
store them
people-
in your cheeks,
Yeah.
much like a chipmunk
You
would.
can chipmunk it.
Yeah,
Do you think
you
there's
can
a lot of
shipwreck
people
do that, yeah.
walking out of the strawberry place like really careful because they have like perfectly placed pile of strawberries? And
a pyramid of strawberries
Yeah.
that they
See
So
the
like,
thing?
it's one basket.
Yeah, one of the dwarves picking on a strawberry sees it, bites in the leg, and it all topples over.
Oh god!
Okay, wait, why are there dwarves biting people?
Obviously, you don't know
Why-
much about strawberries.
Obviously, you've
Yeah,
never
they-
been to a
they
strawberry.
just hire Peter Dinklage to just bite people. Holy fuck! Oh my god!
Do we really have to make fun of Dinklage?
I'm sorry.
He's
I'm
an
sorry.
Academy Award winner.
Peter
Dinklage
Dinklage.
freezes.
What have you done, huh? What have you done?
Wait, what's the midget's name in Game of Thrones?
Peter Dinklage.
Peter
That is
Dinklage.
Dinklage.
Yeah.
That's why it popped up.
I love it.
You
He
know
like,
what though? I feel bad for him because Dinklage is like perfect name for a little person.
But like, no one can even make fun of him anymore.
No, he's so
like fucking
good.
Academy Award, goddamn Game of Thrones,
Did you see
cover
him on the
of
cover
Rolling
of Rolling
Stones.
He looks so good. It's like, man,
It's ridiculous.
I'd sleep with that
I
midget.
was literally sitting there going like, that fucker's handsome.
Because
as
it's like
shit.
the first time I saw him was in 30 Rock, and he was hilarious.
Was he in 30 Rock?
Yeah, he was a guest star in one
Oh,
episode.
I guess okay.
he was like a love interest on the show. Too.
Yeah, he was a love interest.
He's a
of
player
Tina
in
Fey.
every
He was so
one
good.
I've seen.
And then I saw him in Elf, and he was the only good part in Elf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you okay? No, you're gonna have to leave. Elf is and it.
What? Yeah, I
have
do.
to say is one of the greatest Christmas movies.
When you watch
You have to be nuts
Christmas,
not
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just
Are
gonna
you
leave
really
now.
serious?
Dude, the Santa Claus is the greatest Christmas
Oh
movie.
fuck! That Tim Allen
Tim
can eat a
Allen?
bag of dicks.
Tim Allen, I hope
I
dies
quit.
in a fire.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
You have
Fuck
to be
you.
truly insane. The Santa Claus.
Look
one
what
of
you're
the
doing.
worst
You're
movies of
breaking
all
us
time.
You're
apart.
breaking apart the show. Stop with your man
You're
boner
tearing
for
me
Tim Allen.
apart. We'll make a vote, alright? Who votes for Tim Allen in the Santa Claus?
Fuck you. I'm gonna be the only one voting for
To be
that.
honest, no, you know
Ferrell
what?
and Elf.
Okay, well that's tough. 'cause
My vote goes to Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I was gonna say,
Sorry,
I was
hang
gonna say
on,
National
hang on.
Lampoon.
Which one of them has not one but two sequels? One of them starring Martin Short. Oh, that's
Can
right.
I
it's the
bring
Santa
something
Claus.
up? Which one has two sequels that nobody liked?
Yeah.
You best back up, boy.
Does the word straight to DVD ring a bell?
Were they straight to DVD? I actually don't know.
They went in
That,
theaters, but
honestly,
like
of
nobody
all the
liked them.
jokes Family Guy's done, I think the best was when they're like, we're gonna ban all straight to DVD Disney movies, and they're like, Aladdin 4, Jafar needs glasses. That honestly was probably the greatest joke they ever did.
Oh, that's pretty good. No, I think the greatest joke Family Guy did was when I think they're just like sitting in their living room and like a really good CGI purple elephant dancing across the
like
screen,
that costumes,
and Peter
Oh no,
just
that's
looks
at the beginning
screen
of
and
one
it's
of
like,
the. To the beginning of one of the Star Wars ones, like a dancing elephant. It's like that elephant cost us
$50,000 for 5 seconds of a dancing elephant, and then they just keep going for the rest of the episode. It's brilliant. It's like
some parts of Family Guy are brilliant.
Well, Family Guy, the first
some of them
couple
are kinda
seasons, I
dumb.
feel were really good, and then Seth MacFarlane got really full of himself, like the Cleveland Show and American Dad. But I feel recently he's like getting back into like he's realized he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
You know what though? I gotta say, whenever I watch the old ones, whenever I don't hear Mila Kunis's voice, it always kind of messes me up.
No,
She's
the
only
thing
one
is,
in-
always
it's like-
Meg.
No, shoot, there's
I don't
like
know,
someone else before.
I feel like I'm a weird style of watching The Simpsons, where it's like people are like, the original Simpsons are the best, and I'm sitting there going like,
no.
I
never
kind
got-
of.
like,
they don't
I
have-
love the new Simpsons.
they don't
I don't
have-
even like
they-
the new Simpsons. I
Yeah,
just
like
don't
there's a
like
middle
it.
way where I liked
The
it.
middle ones are the best. The beginning, they didn't have like the voices right.
It was
voice
weird, and
right.
the animation was all
Animation
weird.
Sucked, yeah.
But same
freaked me
goes for
out.
Family. You watch original Family
Oh,
Guy
yeah,
now,
yeah.
and you're like
Guys.
the
Animation's
The original Family Guy was completely different too. Like it was
totally different.
Like
It was actually like story driven.
Yeah.
Like each episode actually had a story.
well, they have stories now. Just a
now-
lot
now-
more random events
yeah, a lot
happen.
more flashbacks and random events. Before,
I'm
it wasn't
pretty sure,
this
like-
reminds me of when I was doing something with insert pop culture reference. Here's
on
flashback.
South Park,
they did that. They had a ball machine. They're like, this reminds me of that time it's like ate dinner with and then
Emmanuel Lewis.
Yeah.
It's like they're at a Mexican restaurant. And like
South Park is
Manatee.
South Park is one of the
even
shows
that, I'm
that's.
done. I don't watch South Park.
Oh really?
anymore.
I don't watch it regularly anymore. But apparently, like I saw Human Sentai Pad a few days ago, and that was hilarious.
That's like, you know how they always make fun of The Simpsons, where they're like, oh, The Simpsons, all they do is get like the newest
Guest stars,
celebrity.
yeah.
But I feel South Park is
So
the
all
same
South Park
way.
does, but with trends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. They'll be like, oh, Centipede, iPad. We'll do that. Like, I feel it's the same thing.
Oh,
I mean, the writing's not terrible. I just don't wait for South Park.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't watch it. It's like
Every like a year,
the episodes.
I'll go back and watch them all.
they have
Episodes people tell me to watch are the ones that I
the
watch,
hits
'cause
that
those
they
ones are
have.
fantastic.
Like when they actually like
my
score
God.
with their jokes, it is good.
Yeah.
Like the World of Warcraft episode.
it won an Emmy.
It was fucking hilarious. Like that was an amazing episode.
Or what was it Spielberg and Lucas getting arrested for raping
raping Indiana Jones.
That's pretty.
We found them raping a stormtrooper.
Braveheart one where they're like, they go up to Mel Gibson, they're like, we didn't really like Passion of the Christ, can we have our money back? And he goes all apeshit Braveheart style and wipes shit all over him. He goes crazy.
My favorite
Do you remember the
story
one
arc.
with Cartman had the face on his hand, and they sung taco flavored kisses. And she broke up with Ben Affleck at the end by just going like that.
See, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
My favorite was the three episode story arc, which was the season finale
Imagination.
No, it wasn't Imagination. Oh, maybe it was only 2 episodes.
That one was good. Imagination Land.
Imagination Land was great. It was the BP oil crisis.
Yeah.
BP oil like kept drilling, and then they fucked it up, and then they kept drilling, and they opened a rift to another dimension. So they're like, all right, we're gonna drill on the moon, and that's gonna change the tides, and it awakens Cthulhu. Like it was brilliant, and it actually explains why Kenny keeps coming back after he dies.
I thought they stopped bringing him back and made someone else part of it.
They did for a couple seasons, but then he came back.
Okay, I remember reading about that. Like Kenny was dead for good, and they brought in new.
Died for like a season and then came back.
You know how we talked about I hate references where people will be like, do something like, oh, you are the weakest link, goodbye, all that stupid shit. I feel the you killed Kenny kind of thing. It's along that line.
I haven't heard that in a really long time.
I've heard someone say that not that long ago, and I literally was like, oh,
I feel like
it's like
that was relevant.
Something so embarrassingly bad that you kind of like
feel bad for them.
Relevant. That was like the 90s. That was relevant in like the 90s, early 2000s.
It's like going WhatsApp. Like it's like that.
Hey, that's coming back.
It's gonna make a comeback.
WhatsApp.
All the Papa Roach fans.
You have to stick your tongue out. All the failed juggalos.
That's what we said earlier. We're like Papa Roach fans is like music for kids who weren't allowed to.
You keep like every time you say Papa Roach, part of one of their songs comes into my head, and I'm realizing every time how bad it is because it's literally a guy, like a white guy, and he's like, "Cut my life into pieces.
Yeah.
This is my last resort." And then it's like heavy guitars. He's like, "Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a fuck if I
caught myself bleeding."
Yeah, like what?
I only know that song because of the Richard Cheese cover.
Yesterday.
I love Richard.
Yeah. You've heard the
anybody can sing Papa Roach songs.
Oh yeah, they released a song, and the lead singer Jacoby.
Yeah.
His first name's Jacoby. First of all, get yourself a real fucking name.
Jacoby.
It's like a fantasy character.
Yeah,
there's like
it's generic.
Jacoby.
It's generic.
Jake Jacoby's a guy, but
Dinklage. Jacoby.
But
no, like there's a character I know named Jacoby. Oh, I have to look that up.
He's an actor, I think.
So they released this album that I own it. I don't know why, but I own it. And he went on. He's like, at this point, we wanted to stop being rap and be rock stars.
Yeah.
So they released a song where he's actually singing. It's bad.
Oh yeah.
So bad. Because he still raps at some points.
Was Jacoby the puppeteer in Pinocchio? No, that's Geppetto.
That's Geppetto. Yeah. Jacob Jacoby was in Gladiator. I think he was the main senator guy.
Do you know they were going to make a sequel to Gladiator? And it was the most ridiculous thing ever.
He died.
No. It's something like he gets brought back to life. Everybody knows. He gets brought back to life or something, and he lives forever. And it's like him going through time, like fighting in wars and shit.
Believe that.
No, it's actually true. They wrote.
That might be the greatest movie I've
If
ever
they
heard.
did it well, that would be really good. But I
Not
can see
Gladiator 2, though.
No, it would
have to be a
Gladiator
different
2.
movie.
I think they would have to make it
could be like a
different
Beautiful
movie.
Mind
It's like
or
that's like
something with
Odyssey,
Russell
like
Crowe.
the.
Every time someone's like, I'm like, yo, you're like math smart, like Russell Crowe in that movie. Gladiator. I watched Gladiator.
Doesn't he?
That's a fucking kick-ass.
Gladiator's
movie.
awesome.
I don't think. I don't know if I've seen it.
Gladiator's incredible.
You don't think you've seen
I've
it?
seen
I
it
don't
once
know.
all the way
It's
through. It's a
good, too.
great movie. The soundtrack is really good too.
Oh yeah. I have it on CD.
I don't know. You said that, and I immediately imagined just like, you know how they have like the like Latin chanting, like ominous Latin chanting and
No,
everything.
it's
I just imagined.
chanting.
I just imagined that, but it would be people just going like Russell Crowe, Gladiator, like for the whole thing whenever he fights.
Academy Award.
Like
Also a good episode of South Park, the Britney Spears episode.
I don't remember.
She tries to kill herself, but she ends up just like blowing up the top half of her head, so it's just like from here down.
Oh yeah.
And the kids are like trying to save her, but it turns out they have to sacrifice a pop starlet like every year for the crops. And every time they do, they start Gregorian chanting like Isto Domine.
Okay, so coming back to like
God of War.
Going back to the lines that like piss you off because they're overused and they're cliche.
Yeah.
I like How I Met Your Mother, but I find NPH stuff is way too
overloaded,
right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
He's okay. No, but can I say something though? I like Neil Patrick Harris.
He's
He's an amazing actor, but everything of his is just overquoted because people are like, he's gay, so quoting him will show. Like that's what I think it is.
That like
it's this thing where it's not just that, it's like this mentality that people have where they think it's like we've talked before, where nostalgia is like the thing that keeps them relevant to each other, right? Like if someone goes, I love bacon, and all they do is talk about it, oh, bacon's the best thing ever. It's almost a way of going like, look, we're...
Yeah, you like bacon?
Oh, you
I
like the
bacon.
internet too? Me too. Cool. Like it's just stupid shit, right? Like, and it's the exact same. I know exactly. Because like he's a great actor. I thought he was hilarious in humor, but it became this big thing where it's like
the thing is they know exactly what they're doing because so many people love it because either they want to be, you know, major players, so they're always like, oh, the bro code.
Spoilers, though. Can I just say spoilers?
Wait for Derry is like the most. I
Barney
does.
in How I Met Your Mother. Spoilers. Does anybody really care?
Turns out to be the mother.
No. Spoilers. He marries Robin, gets divorced, has Ted's kids.
Personally, Jason Segel's my favorite part of that show.
Oh, he's the best.
Jason
The episode where they're like, Barney convinces Ted. It's early on in season 1, and he's like driving to like Philly, and he's like, driving to Philadelphia, gonna have a party. Yeah, and he's like, Philly, and then he gets a call, and he's like, oh, he like turns around,
and then Barney's like, I just sent you a picture, and it's Neil Patrick Harris going.
And then he turns back. That was fucking awesome.
The only reason I ever watched that show was for Jason Segel. There's one line where they're sitting in the dorm room and they're like, where'd Marshall go? He's like, he went to the concert a few hours ago, and he walked in the room. They're like, we thought you went to the concert, and they're all high, and he's like,
I got lost.
Yeah, no, he's like, I couldn't find outside. Best line ever.
I think so many weed references, but whenever they reference weed, they're like, yeah, it was eating a sandwich.
They were talking about one with him, and they're like, he's like, do you remember when I came in the dorm room? And then he looks up and he's like, to be honest, Ted, I was so high I thought you were the dean.
It's like the first few seasons of that show were fucking fantastic.
Yeah, I totally get where you're coming
season
from.
4 or 5 it just dropped off. Oh yeah.
Well, once Community came out, kind of How I Met Your Mother and like became too formulaic after that.
Yeah.
But you know, that's your.
But that one, like that, even like the worst. My absolute pet peeve is people making Charlie Sheen jokes.
Yeah, still
because it's like 2 weeks after it happened, like a week after, I was like, "This is great."
I was already
but like I was like, "This is great."
It was funny that it was still happening.
You were like, "This is like the best thing that's happened really in the celebrity world."
And then like after a month, it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But like 3 months later, the T-shirts came out.
The day they started selling bags of juice that was called Tiger Blood was the day I was
seriously.
like,
Fuck? I didn't even know about
that. I didn't understand
shirts that say like it has the hashtag winning.
Who's buying these things?
Yeah.
And
I've seen people with the shirt. It's like Charlie Sheen, but like done the Obama style poster, and it just says "winning" on it.
Yeah. I was eating at a
restaurant. You would have worn that 2 days after the event had happened.
It would have been hilarious.
But
I would have laughed and
if you're wearing that shirt now, I truly feel bad for it.
It's like Vote for Pedro shirts. Who's still wearing a Vote for Pedro shirt?
Those were like $50. It was literally a white Ringer T-shirt with "Vote for Pedro" written on it. $50.
It was basically that shirt.
It was
well,
much
short
sleeve. Short sleeve. Vote for Pedro.
That's very soft.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'd stroke it, but I'm on this.
Although I'd say Napoleon.
That's what she said.
Napoleon Dynamite was classic.
I still love Napoleon Dynamite.
Really though, like I thought, like there were some people that thought it was so stupid. That was my exact brand of humor. Was that?
Oh yeah.
It was so funny.
Like for Christmas one year, my brother got me UHF and Napoleon Dynamite. It was like, so I think that's when I first was actually like, I want to do comedy.
Yeah, exactly. Just when he goes like, there's one part, and it's like no one really talks about this scene, but it's my favorite because he's like, they're setting up the time machine, and he goes,
"Don't forget the crystals."
Yeah, he's like, "What's that? I forgot to put in the crystals."
The power crystals, like little quartz crystals he puts.
Yeah, they're like crystals that you would make yourself.
It's
exactly book from Sears. That was great.
I think the scene where he asks the girl to the dance and he gives her the picture, he's like, I spent like 2 hours shading your upper lip. That to me was, I was like, no, fucking classic.
My favorite line is, "Sorry I'm late. I had to tame this wild honeymoon stallion for you.
He's like, I caught you a delicious bass, and then the movie ends.
The part, the part where it's like at the very beginning, and he like ties the action figure to a string, throws it out the window, and he's like, "What are you gonna do today?"
Whatever I feel like doing.
Jeez, that movie was classic.
Oh, that movie was just so good.
When he's like, "Yo, give me some of your tots." No, go get your own.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah, no, that was
And then John Heater just never did
what though?
anything
They
again.
made Nacho Libre too.
Yeah.
And I fucking
Did they?
love.
I've never seen Nacho.
Never seen it.
Nacho Libre is incredible.
Isn't it a part? Doesn't he throw a cactus at someone at some point?
Was Pedro the sidekick in that movie?
No, it was a different guy.
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
Especially if he played the same character.
no, you guys need to watch it. To me, it's one of my favorites.
I've never gotten
like
around
at
to
one
it.
point, his Mexican friend like throws a piece of corn into a guy's eye socket, and I was in the theater, and people were like, "You might need to leave," because I'm laughing too much. It was great.
That happened when I saw Snow White and the
That
Hunt.
corn under my face.
That's what happened when I saw Twilight.
When
My
I-
friend
oh, man,
paid
no.
for me to see it and,
And then
paid
you
for my
stabbed
dinner.
yourself in the eye with a
Corn cob. Why'd you have a corn cob in the theater? Were you just
Well,
like
I was
sitting there
I
like,
was like,
I
just
love
in case,
corn?
Just
This
in
movie
case I need
sucks.
to stab myself in the eye, and the closest thing was a cob of corn.
See, one of my personal favorite things in movies right now did happen when I saw.
Yeah,
What?
we're going to.
I said we can go on break pretty much whenever.
Okay, one of my favorite things I've ever seen in a movie did happen when I saw Snow White and the Huntsman. There was like the final part of Eclipse trailer. It's playing, and I'm like, it looks really dumb. And then all of a sudden at the end, it shows like a deer, and then zooms up some trees, and there's like a space between the trees, and then all of a sudden Kristen Stewart like leans into the frame really quickly and is just standing there staring at the camera. And I started I'm fucking laughing so hard in the theater, like I can't even breathe. My mom's like, yeah, it looked pretty dumb. It's not that funny. I was like, there are people right now who are sitting there and that happened, they're like, oh man, that looks awesome. And that to me is funny.
Yeah.
I'm thinking right now, as far as the website and stuff goes, now we're talking about, we're gonna D&D show, and we're gonna have this show.
Yeah.
And we want to do the relationship. Like, I have all these different ideas, but I really think we need to put together a movie show. Because
Just to talk about movies, you mean?
because we do it like this.
We
show
do
is
it
more of a
so we do
talk
it so
show,
easily,
but
and
we
so
fall
often.
into it that
Yeah.
I feel if we just sat and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, did you see that movie?"
We did that once.
True, because there is a lot of quoting and
Even
stuff
if we just
going
like
on.
all watched a couple movies together and then talked about it,
Yeah.
We've done that
fill
before.
So many hours.
Yeah, we do have recordings of Brandon and I doing.
And then like
Brandon mentioned about the
you were
movies.
gonna do movie reviews, so like you could host that show.
I write though, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying we need a new name for it and
Oh, for
everything.
sure.
But I too want to do a movie because I feel
My reviews are weirdly done. They're not so much review. It's like I'll write out. I'll barely pay attention. The
it's
whole
basically
thing.
you giving us the Wikipedia plot summary, but take out like 30% of the sentence.
Well, see what it is. Well, no, it's also like the thing about them is I don't. There's something wrong with when I was watching the movie. Like I'm not really paying attention. Like something else is going on. I'm trying to watch the movie and like fucking keep a cat from being a cat. Like I'm like,
Stop being a cat.
What the fuck is going on here? And like one of them was I came in halfway through Speed Racer, tried to decide figure out everything that had happened. And like I just wrote about it, and then I rate them at the end. And so far, nothing's gotten over a
I like
3
it's a good idea.
out of 5.
Honestly,
But I,
like there's some movie I got one. I got it from for free because I did some kind of treasure hunt back in like grade 9 for like a Tips community
It's gonna be
center.
like the shittiest movie ever.
Shaolin versus Ninja, and then there's Chastity Kung Fu. That's a sequel.
Chastity Kung Fu.
But
That
no,
sounds
But I
badass.
ain't taking my dick out.
No, honestly, it's the funniest thing. Like, it's just they say the same like racist like thing over. Like, it's not Chinese. It's just like me Tafa before any sentence comes out. Like they got like lightning laser swords, and it's not. But it's supposed to be
Sounds great.
serious.
That sounds amazing. I'm not gonna lie, this room is so hot. I'm probably
we're gonna take a
losing
quick
weight
break.
just by
No,
sweating.
Get the AC on.
We are going to go on break. We have a lot more coming up. Weird with Cat's going to stop by and play some acoustic sets, so you guys get to take a quick break and shit and sit in the basement in the cool and be like, oh yeah. So anyway, you are listening to the Fingerbang Radio Show Podxploitation 3, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire. And we'll be back in about 15 minutes after we take a quick break.
In 1943, two middle-class gentlemen had a dream to bring useless information and penis jokes to the masses. With the help of the new developments of the internet machine created by Al Gore, they set forth to create a program meant to entertain and offend. And so it was.
Unfortunately, the sons of these fine gentlemen chose not to continue their father's legacy. Luckily, years later, the grandsons of these men discovered their grandfather's porn, and along with it, their dream of penis jokes. Now, in the 21st century, the Fingerbang Radio Show returns in marvelous Technicolor with high-quality stereo sound where available.
Tune in every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern on uStream. New episodes every Saturday. The Fingerbang Radio Show.
Pretend like I never heard it.
It's the Fingerbang Radio Show Podxploitation 3, based on Not Pushed by Sapphire, sitting with Conrad, Brandon, and Ian in the studio.
Can you hear me? Or am I good like this?
Who knows, buddy? Who knows? Keep talking.
Is Ian good like this?
1, 2, 3, test,
No,
1,
not
2,
really.
3. No.
Brand's really bad, though.
Oh, I was leaning
How's
like
that?
this.
Oh, I guess I'll stop being a lady drunk.
Alright. Well,
You can have my wine too.
You fucking A.
I decided I don't like it.
Good. More for me.
big news we did forget to mention, because the website's going up soon enough, we're going to have proper emails.
Oh.
So it'll be like Brandon at caketalkproductions.com or Mitchell at
It won't just
caketalkproductions.com.
be fingerbangradio@gmail.com.
Yeah.
We'll have individual emails you can't email us at.
Yeah, exactly. Also, though, the biggest news from that is
Speaking
that...
of big news, it's my dad's birthday, so happy birthday to him.
Sure.
Should we sing it? No, copyright.
No, we'll have to pay royalties to Warner Brothers, guys.
That's true.
Yeah,
Be careful.
it's true.
Warner
We'll sing
Brothers,
the other
they bought
birthday
that?
song.
They
This
own
is
the
your
rights.
birthday
I don't know how they can
song.
say
It isn't very long. Hey, cool.
What
biggest
day
news is
today?
Shut up! We'll be on iTunes.
birthday, Dad.
We're gonna be on iTunes.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, soon.
Sick.
And should be about 2-3 weeks. We're gonna have all the episodes up on iTunes. So I've actually gotten people going like, "Can I download your shit anywhere?"
Yeah, I've had people
And I'm
asking
like,
me that.
Mad
Sorry,
props,
bro.
It's just kind of like, we're
Like,
not that
if I
professional.
could, if I could help you out, I would. But
When we had only released like 4 episodes, Paige asked, and I was like, I'm flattered. But nope.
Right now it's only on pay-per-view, which actually...
AKA YouTube.
AKA uStream.
When I was a kid, because they always people, they don't say pay-per-view, it's always pay-per-view, so I thought like you view it like on a
Pay-per-view.
piece of paper, and I was like, well, why do they put
I
that
just
on
thought it
sale?
was called pay-per-view, like pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But you had to pay for it, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Why don't they just call it pay-per-view? I was a dumb kid.
We've gone off on a
excited.
tangent.
I'm excited to be on iTunes though.
Yeah, that feels a little more legit. It's just like,
yeah.
I've got a podcast on iTunes.
Because right now, like I don't feel very like
No.
I got the setup, but
Yeah.
I don't have the. One thing that happened, I was on Reddit has a subreddit for podcasts. So this guy posted that he was looking for people with other podcasts so they could like cross.
Yeah, do
promote.
like cross promotion.
Which I was like, I'm all for that,
Fucking
right?
A.
If there's another audience out there that I can send them a commercial and they play it and I play theirs. So I was like, well, I want to know what their show is first. And it's like a video game review show. And I was like, that kind of appeals
Cool
to
enough, yeah.
our audience.
Well, I mean, like, I'm a nerd, so it's kind of...
It was, I listened to it because I was like, I want to get a feel what these guys are. And it was so terrible that I was like, there's goddamn no way in this world that I will ever play anything
Give an
that
example
these people
of
was
how
bad.
that review.
It was like where the audio quality, like, and I'm sure our
It's like there's
audio
always
quality-
like...
It's like that, but
in
it
the
was as
background.
if I think every person in the podcast was on Skype at a different location, recording through like a USB microphone. That's what sounded
brutal.
Like the rock band mic.
he had he had the rock band mic and he broke the guitar open and figured some shit out. But it was so bad that I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
You sent them another
If you guys
email,
want to
like,
fuck
I
with their
revoked
show,
my offer.
Yeah.
go ahead. It's called what's it called? Fanboys XL or something.
Yeah, I was
Ian's like, that's my podcast.
Yeah, I'll put that on Reddit. But the thing is about I was like, first of all, I don't care what the name of your show is. I have a show called the Fingerbang Radio Show, and I expect everyone to love it. But when the audio quality's that bad and the quality of the show's that bad, it's like I want to promote something with the best quality they can manage, you know?
Yeah.
So I said, I didn't even get back to the guy. I said, no, I'm not going to.
I know a guy or a girl actually who's in
A girl, you say?
Yeah, who's in
Calm down.
I think like print media or something at Algonquin, and I think she has access to like industrial grade printers, so I might be able to get a bunch of posters made
Who
up.
is Nick
like-
Stoltz?
Buddy, I will.
Fucking no, like for the next Podxploitation.
I like
But
how
no,
you're...
but what I want to do, I want to get just posters for the show done. done for when we come back.
Fingerbang Radio.
You know, just get like
Can we
Cake
get a
Top
banner
Productions,
like that
the Fingerbang Radio Show.
George Bush had that said mission accomplished? Can we get that just hanging in the background?
Can we get that exact banner?
But I want to get real posters done that just we can post all around town, like downtown on
That's
like
what I was thinking,
streets.
yeah.
And, you know, that just says like, you know, Cake Talk Productions, it's the Fingerbang Radio Show live on uStream, 7 p.m. every Friday kind of things, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So, I don't know, we'll work on that, but that would really help if we knew someone who could be like, hey, we can print your shit, and it won't be shitty.
I'm over at their place.
Can we make it? Can we put the little tagline, like a jingle? It'll be like, you know, Fingerbang Radio Show, coming, whatever, blah, blah, blah. One is a jerk and the other one's lovable, but never specify which is which.
Yeah.
Keeps them guessing.
Yeah,
them
it'll
listening.
be like, we'll have like sides. It'll be like Team
I always wanna,
Brandon
like-
and Team Mitchell.
Be like, you know, the star pattern inside it says like, now with 30% more complaining. Like, I want to have ours look like the front
Starburst?
of yeah, it look like the front of a juice container.
Nutritional
Like,
facts in there.
yeah.
100% real juice. I think that should be on the poster no matter what.
Yeah.
We should, yeah, I agree.
I know. I mean,
We are real Jews.
We have to find someone who's good with Photoshop. Cause I don't know. I'm pretty badass at paint, but
Photoshop's a whole different country. Yeah.
I don't know, the B Casa just used paint, so I think it's
Yeah.
good enough for us.
well, you really don't believe in this show.
The band we were talking about earlier, their CD cover is literally just like a really bad paint drawing of a T-Rex playing a guitar that was done by their lead singer.
Bad arse. I like it.
Bad ours.
Bad arts.
I don't like to swear.
We have to censor ourselves for all the children who are up at
Fucking like 11 o'clock.
22:50 o'clock.
22:50 o'clock.
Wow, that was good.
I hate military time.
I have to use military Tom, so I know if I wake up Tom. I have to use military Tom because he's a lot better than regular Tom.
yeah, absolutely.
My uncle's name is Tom, and he's not in the military. I'm
I think I have an
offended.
Uncle Tom too. Actually, I look just like him apparently.
Tom
but I've
Bombadil,
never
you just
met
You look just like my Uncle Tom.
Yep.
That was the Twilight Zone theme.
That was
of you.
not-
Was it actually?
No, it was really bad.
He said he went.
I was thinking like,
It was really bad. But
That was the equivalent of Brandon's recorder skills.
Hey, that was good for PSA time.
You guys heard that, right? The PSA time theme.
Oh, it's
Probably.
fucking.
oh, sister brother.
It is. No.
Oh,
It's me on a recorder, and I
We,
get like 3 notes.
On the actual podcast version, we do some PSAs on breaks. Like we'll put them in, and the intro.
They're
is-
obviously fake. Like,
fucking professional.
the intro is PSA time, so it's like Brandon on the recorder going beep boop beep boop, and it's us going PSA time.
it's one of
my
my
favorite
really
things we've ever
70s,
done.
like low, like a
awesome.
local cable news station PSA
That's
thing.
fucking awesome.
No, to hate though. You know that the commercial we did where we're old timey. You'll hear it actually probably on here if you're listening on the podcast. But we did like an old timey commercial.
Yeah.
Where it sounds like we're talking all 40s.
I
and
think I
stuff.
heard that. Yeah.
But mine, the audio's too good, so it doesn't sound as like the voice is right. But Brandon's, the audio quality went down a bit, so it sounds.
So it
like
actually sounds
I
like the
sound like I'm
recording
coming
of-
on the radio.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is looking at you, kid. That kind of thing.
Exactly.
Well, that's the voice.
Who's on first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah. Next
was my
time I'll
favorite
just punch my mic a bunch and be like, "Listen here, see."
Yeah, because we have to do. Was that
one?
one for? No, that was just for the Fingerbang Radio Show. That was
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Podxploitation.
Our
That was probably my
Podxploitation
favorite
ones were
one.
Funny though, because
There's one we have the morning music going, and I'm like, oh, what a great day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, my wife is dead.
it's like the only way it can make it better is if
If we have a new Podxploitation.
Those take so long to make. Like that's like a whole show length of audio editing.
Yeah.
Get these fuckers together, and they still don't sound like the most amazing things.
And we'll fuck up sometimes, like, but they're so much fun to do.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to get
They're like 90% ad-libbed too. Like, we're just sitting there like, alright, we gotta figure this out right now.
Yeah.
That's the best kind.
So I don't know if you guys. Oh, okay, go.
Wait.
No, yours is more.
Oh, I gotta hear your plan.
Okay, so this is
I gotta
what
cut
Oh yeah, the plan.
This is a 2-man plan, so we'll have to do it in parts. Okay. Say I bring.
Ian will handle this.
I'll go with Conrad. Okay. So this is what the plan is. Say me and
It's the
Conrad,
shirt.
we're going to the club.
And then your shirt picks up all of them heels, girls.
So we're gonna go to the club, right? So this is the plan. What we do
okay, I like this.
is you and I are walking in, but we don't like. We don't pretend we don't know each other, so we're just kind of like people in the bar, right?
Right,
We
yeah.
don't really associate. So then I'm talking to some girls, which would be hard enough to go to talk to some girls. But I go up to them and I go, "Hey, do you guys see that guy over there?" And they're like, "Yeah, what about him?" I'm like, "He's the guy in the movie House of Wax who goes, 'Guys, we shouldn't go into this House of Wax.'" And then they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he knows who Paris Hilton is."
Oh no, I was gonna say if they're like, "What's House of Wax?" Just be like, "Yo, Paris Hilton was in it."
Paris Hilton, it's like her best movie.
Sad thing is, it is her best movie.
And
Like,
then-
you're not even lying.
And then you're doing it at the same time with some other girls where you're like, "See that guy over there?"
And then they both cross over.
I just like the
They walk past each other on the way to the other guy.
And they're
They
both
talk
talking.
to
They're like,
him,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go meet the guy from House of
They're
Wax.
like, me too. They're like, you're going the wrong way. They're like, you too.
And then they just cross and go on.
He's the guy who says maybe we shouldn't go into that House of Wax.
Oh, that's weird because this guy said it too.
There were two.
I think the movie is
No one's actually seen that movie, so they don't get it.
It's a famous enough movie, but just like
Shitty enough to-
just shitty enough that people will be like, "That sounds like a legit scene."
See, I was tripping out first. I thought you were talking about rom-com later, so you're like, we're going to a bar, but you're trying to, I was like, but we're gay, aren't we? So I
Yeah,
was
we're
like, I
going
was
to a bar to
tripping
pick
out.
up women. It's like, but we're dating.
Yeah. I was like, are we meant for ourselves? I didn't figure it out.
So you guys like my plan?
He's that guy that says,
Love it.
I really, as much as it
like
sounds
it.
crazy,
I like it.
I think it would work.
I have a shirt that says Wingman, taking one for the team, and I've wanted to wear it while I was Wingman, but I haven't had the opportunity.
But see, that would throw it off because you'd be like, if we're like, I'm his wingman, and then she'd be like, I'm the ugly friend? You'd be like, yeah.
It's like that Stephen Lynch song.
We're not on a break.
Called. What?
Born to Run?
Switch that out. Sorry, guys.
Oh wait, no,
that's Born to Run.
That's the boss.
Stephen Lynch song is She Got a Smile. It's about how Stephen Lynch wants to hit on this hot girl at a bar, but she has a really fat, sarcastic friend, and so he gets his wingman to take care of that.
You gotta break up the brook.
Yeah.
Brook.
The brook. You gotta break up the brook.
And the Bruca. The Bruca's more
I'm gonna
important.
can we call like a group of girls now is a brook? Like it's a
A
brook,
group of girls is a Brook.
and a group of men is a bruca.
Bruca, yeah, there we go. I feel like women should be Bruca and guys
Well,
should be
bruca sounds like burka.
I like gaggle. I wish more things were gaggles.
Right?
Gaggle of geese, you know?
A gaggle of guys.
Gaggle of guys.
Gaggle of
yeah.
A gaggle of guys and a burk of girls.
I feel that
A bark of girls.
Burk of girls.
crows don't get enough
Murder.
credit for the fact
murder,
that a
yeah.
murder. That sounds badass.
So badass.
That's so cool. Like, oh,
They are kind of
You're
the
like,
most
that's so
villainous.
cool.
They are, it's like them and ravens are the most
Yeah.
like badass of birds. It's like
true.
hawks. Hawks are up there.
I mean, owls would be badass except that their heads turn all the way around, and you kind of like.
that's no owls.
cool,
owls, I
but-
just have like respect for.
Yeah, you have
it's like damn. I
because
can't
if you
do
see
that.
they stare
it's
you
like
down.
this gif.
Yeah.
It's 4 owls and like 2 of them are just being creepy. One of them is like cackling to itself. And then one in the corner kind of looks like it's dancing and you're not really paying attention. You look over, it's got like an armadillo in its mouth. Its head's back and it's like swallowing it whole and you're like, oh fuck!
Armadillo.
I read an article recently.
Maybe
about
not an armadillo, but a big rodent.
after Harry Potter came out, there was a huge influx in Britain of kids getting owls as pets.
Yeah.
And then all these bird sanctuaries months later were overrun with the amount of owls they
Because
had.
all the kids abandoned them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like, fuck having an owl.
That's hilarious.
That's when you know, like J.K. Rowling, like all the money she made, fuck that. That's when she's like, I made an impact.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thing is, literary critics look at J.K. Rowling's books and they're like, she knew who she was writing for, but man, these books suck from a literary perspective.
Oh my god, I tried to reread the Harry Potter series a couple years ago. I put down the first book. I was like, I can't do this.
But I'd still say I'm probably one of the biggest.
Oh no!
Weirdest thing.
I loved Harry Potter.
I'm one of the biggest. Like,
it is
Harry
one of
Potter
the
fans.
greatest children's series of all time.
Yeah.
I'm now I'm like not a huge Harry Potter fan, but I like it. But I've read all the books. Like I read the first book once, second book twice, and I did that with all the books just to say that I have. By the end of it, I was like, I don't even fucking care anymore.
How did you read the 7th book 7 times? The 7th book was the worst.
I had a lot of time.
I read the 7th
Actually,
one
the 5th book, in my opinion, is the worst.
No, whenever the Harry Potter books came in, it was like we'd pre-order them off Amazon. My sister would get it for a day and a half, and then I'd get it for a day and a half.
When the last one came out, when like the number 7th come out, I was just moving into Ottawa, and I was bored as shit. And my mom, like, we were all staying in a hotel before we moved in, so she went down to the store and got me the last copy to me. Like, I was such a big Harry Potter fan. I was like, fuck yeah! So I went down to like the
Mom,
Rideau
you
Canal.
the boss.
I was bored. I was like, I just moved there, so I was down by the Rideau Canal, like down by the park, like just reading. The amount of people that drove by on bikes with a bag that you could see the book in, that goes to show you how they sold that book everywhere.
J.K. Rowling is the first author to break $1 billion in revenue.
Yeah, which is
the gas
ridiculous.
stations.
We gotta admit, that
book.
should have gone to Slash for his autobiography.
Sure. It's like Harry Potter is a children's book,
Yeah, like it.
but it's a very good children's
It's an
book.
autobiography of a
it's
rock
like-
star. It's like the Chili
he's got
Peppers
some
one
crazy parts in it where like he got so whacked out on heroin he stripped naked and he thought like Punishers predators that were like this tall were
I heard
fucking
about that,
chasing him
yeah.
around this golf course and he's like hiding in a shed completely naked.
Who is this?
Slash. They call his manager and his manager's like in there and he's like, they're gonna fucking kill me, man.
when I was doing that volunteer program, my supervisor up north, he knew a girl who was like a bartender at a bar, and there was one guy left at the bar as they're closing up, and she's like, she's being like nice to him, like customer friendly kind of a thing, because she's actually interested in the other bartender that she's flirting with. And then the guy goes, man, like thank you for treating me like a human being. And she's like, why? And he's like, do you actually not know who I am? She goes, no, I'm really sorry. Who are you? I'm Slash from Guns N' Roses. Fuck. And then she goes, is that a band? She'd never heard of Guns N' Roses.
That would be fantastic.
And so he's like, wow, like
marry me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, thank you so
married.
much. And so she took a picture and got his autograph, but she had no idea who the guy was. And then she goes to my supervisor, like, do you know who this guy is? He's like, oh my god, that's Slash!
Our teacher, Dan, he's going to be your teacher next year. He's kind of like, he's one of the guys who like runs the program.
Yeah.
Because he's been radio for years, he played Guitar Hero against Slash in a hotel room
Which
once.
is ridiculous.
Slash is terrible at Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Oh no, he admitted it in his book.
So is Dragon Force. Dragon Force can't do their own song on a Guitar Hero.
But you know what? Dragon Force is kind of awful real guitar too.
They're bringing out a real guitar.
It's them playing crazy, going, wow, I need a break from all this finger moving. Let me drink a bunch of water. And
then we'll go back.
You know what it actually is? They have like 6 guys on guitar, and they're like, okay, you hit one note really fast. You hit one note. Then we'll say it's one guitar track. So he's like, okay.
If you listen to them live, it's way slower.
Yeah.
Like Through the Fire and the Flames is like half the tempo.
It's a badass song.
Oh, it's such a badass song.
Well, just because it's so fast.
Exactly.
It's like,
That's
they're
really
not
just-
actually good.
It's actually just on like a one string anyway. So.
When I was in my shitty high school band, we once did, we were pretending to be like Muse, the
Yeah,
band,
pretentious band Muse. And pretty much all we did, we went really, like, we went really so that it was really high-pitched notes and then just strummed really fast and you just move it a little and it fucking sounded like a Muse song. You're like, dee, nee, nee, nee. You're like, that's it.
There you go.
Fucking Muse.
Yeah.
I like Muse though because they
It's a guitar hero song.
because they don't
Biggest
like
song.
Muse hates miming instruments, so in every music video they always switch instruments.
Yeah.
So it's like the singer is just pretending to play drums during it. It's fucking
I
funny.
don't know. I'm not big on Muse, but
I'm not
play
big
guitar.
on them, but I like. I
Muse is
respect
one of those
them.
bands that if you listen to enough, you'll be like, I fucking love Muse.
It's like I like every Muse song I've heard, but I just get the feeling the guys in the band are super pretentious.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's something about that kind of genre. Like with Radiohead, I bet they're the nicest guys, but like every time I see Tom York, I want to punch him in his stupid fucking lazy eye. Because I just imagine I'd be sitting there and be like, oh hey, you're in Radiohead, and be like, yeah, why do you think you can talk to me?
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking person.
Yeah, no,
it's just that style.
Probably
of
a lot of rock stars, probably any celebrity, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't know, with that style, like the progressive, like that Muse.
It's the kind of music where they're like, you know, I understand everything and you don't, so let me like tell you what.
Yeah, it's like,
you know what I mean?
all my lyrics are really deep. Like you can't just get them by hearing them the first time. It's like, fuck you.
When that pretentious thing comes out, I wrote this one down on my phone this morning, and I wanted to get your guys' ideas. You know, like what a rider is, right? A rider
like Flow Rider?
Not a Flow
like
Rider.
Strida?
Not like Strida.
Like Slow Rider?
Not like Flow Rider.
Damn it.
How about Chameleonaire, the Dirty Rider?
What about Easy Rider?
Close. Not Easy Rider. A rider is basically like when
Low
you're a
Rider.
celebrity. No.
Oh.
Did you not just...
No, Slow Rider.
Slow Rider, Flow Rider, Slow Rider. Basically,
I like how we
a
just
rider.
went through like 9 different
All of the riders. Wait, Ghost Rider?
Ghost Rider.
Dark Riders.
Dark Rider?
Rider.
Oh my god!
A horse rider.
Wait, a pod rider?
A book rider.
A songwriter. A screenplay writer? I'm confused.
I think we've officially hit the overtired point.
Goddamn 11 o'clock!
Woo! 6 more hours.
Yeah!
I lost my jet skis on that one, I'm sorry.
Lost my jet skis.
Bruschetta is tomatoes on toast.
You have to stop with that. You can only milk a dead cow once.
Well, yeah, I guess. You can do as much as you want. Good luck trying to get milk from it. But...
Oh my god.
Just once. Okay.
Give me a second.
Okay. Oh god. One of you fuckers says a rider thing, I'm throwing this one in your face. Okay, no, really.
TV show rider.
As a celebrity, you have a rider, so when you
Wait,
go...
so Knight Rider?
Freedom Rider. Okay, I can go through this all day.
I do. I just it came into my mind and I had to.
When you're a celebrity,
Code rider?
when you're a celebrity, you have this like contract says wherever you go to like perform somewhere, they have to have like certain shit in your dressing room, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Backstreet Boys are crazy about that.
Like I think
Halen.
J-Lo was like everything has to be white.
The Backstreet
Like,
Boys
that was
need
hers.
black nail polish.
Van Halen, they take out all the black M&Ms.
I don't
or
know.
something.
They just need black nail
There's no black
polish.
M&Ms.
Or sorry, well they had to take them all out because.
Oh, Ozzy, yeah.
No, Van Halen, because like
Brown
they wanted to
M&Ms?
make sure that they actually took the time to take out the certain color of M&Ms so that they actually looked through the whole list of
Because
stuff that they
on
had to do.
Wayne's World, Ozzy was like, I want like a brandy glass full of brown M&Ms.
Yeah.
Not gonna
Oh, really?
perform, you know? Remember that joke?
Yeah.
Then he's
Wayne's
like,
World
we had
is
to
good.
go and like kill people and stuff to get them. It was so funny. But anyway, if you guys were
I
that
like how you just
famous,
blew that up. Like, I think kills me.
but if you guys were that famous that you could have a rider where you can specify exactly what you want in your dressing room when you go on tour, what would you get? Conrad.
Okay, so were you a rock star now or were you still okay?
What kind of celebrity?
You're
Someone-
a rock star.
Someone
of the
big enough to demand that you have to have stuff in there.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Okay? Say
Yeah.
you're the equivalent of Bon Jovi.
Okay, well,
in-
first of
at
all-
whatever.
Oh, he's a
genre.
steel horse rider.
See, the problem is with like,
I fucking hate you.
then there's the Lone Rider.
Oh my god. To those of you just tuning in, we're making a bunch of rider puns. Send yours to fingerbangradio@gmail.com.
The fact that you said he's a steel horse rider, I was like, he's gonna die. What would you have though? What would you say?
Okay, well, because I see what they're trying to say because they want to make sure that it's done right because it's for the fans. So I mean, you know,
No, it's not. It's for them.
Well,
I don't think.
No,
just
rider means
humor me, sir.
I don't think Bon Jovi is like. I only want like.
I want tons of Fresca for everyone in the audience.
Yeah, he's not like my stipulation for playing this show is that you give everybody in the audience at least
Okay,
one
well,
Fresca.
no. Well, the reason is because they want to make sure that the people that set up the equipment do it properly so that the fans get. That's what I was trying to say together. So,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you could have them like read through the list and pick out minuscule things things like M&Ms, but I'd want them to have to set up like a Rube Goldberg machine, which at the end would kind of set up like a house of cards or something, and then at the end would have like a mask come in and blow with a fan that's attached to it, just kind of blow the house of cards over with only one left in the middle. You know what I mean?
I would have the same thing,
but it would be
except the starter, except like the end would be something hitting the button to start my guitar so I can play the first note. And it has to be at least a 5-minute Goldberg machine.
Because I like the idea of wasting all the technicians.
All the roadies' time.
We need like 1,000 dominoes and a crane.
Like 20 packs of cards.
Get me like 50 water balloons.
We're gonna need like David Blaine to come in here to set up these guys.
Have you seen the David Blaine impersonator on YouTube?
Oh,
There's like
yes.
three videos with the two gay guys.
Incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's
with the orange soda.
Yes,
and he
exactly,
goes inside and he like opens the door at the end. He's like, he's pissing orange soda.
Very cool.
What would you have in your rider?
Well, personally, sorry, if you're thinking, I can go.
Yeah.
All right. I would have.
Well, I would.
Hidalgo. Sorry.
Hidalgo.
Yeah, no, exactly. I would say you have.
horse rider.
You have to go. I would say you have to go to the nearest farm, find the best livestock, buy it from them, butcher it, skin it, cook it, and have it ready in my dressing room, and then the Rube Goldberg machine, so I can play the first note on my
You're
guitar.
worse than J-Lo.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, she's just like, I want everything white. You're like, I want you to find the best animal in like a 2-mile.
You know what though? Like
kill
they
it.
judge these celebrities where they're like, oh, their requests are so crazy. But at the same time, like, imagine you're playing that Scotiabank place, and every concert you're selling is like. Every like ticket you're selling is like $200. Like I went to see Prince, right?
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, it was good.
It was incredible. Every ticket's like $200.
I was gonna say no to that. Like, oh, I saw Prince. Was it good?
Yeah.
When he came to Ottawa.
I kind of went on a whale.
Yeah, no, you were telling me about that. He kept playing that. He kept playing the intro to that one song
like,
he
he's
couldn't
like-
play because he's a Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah, he's like
Really?
plays like Darling Nikki, like it's pretty like dirty song. Like he goes and plays the intro, and I'm like, fuck, I love this song. But he's like, nope.
because he's a Jehovah's Witness now, and he doesn't play any of his songs live that are like dirty.
If Jehovah's
which is
Witness
most of
is
his
like-
songs because he's Prince.
If a Jehovah's Witness like goes to, imagine if Prince came to your door, like, have you heard the good news? I'm like, come on in.
If Prince came to my house trying to preach Jehovah's Witness to me, I'd be like, come on in, bro. Let's talk about
welcome the
religion.
Lord.
He has this one video where he's playing at the his fucking. They're putting him in the Hall of Fame, like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right, yeah.
And he's playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and he's doing the solo for it. I swear to God, you're like, nobody should be that cool. Like, he walks out and he's playing, and he's like, and he's like, the best solo you've ever seen. And at the end, he just picks up the guitar and throws it like this. And he's like, literally, hate is gonna hate, walks away off the stage. And everyone's just like, holy shit! Did that just happen?
Oh,
But like what I'm saying is that, say they're charging $200 a ticket at Scotiabank Place, that's millions of dollars. Like, that's so much money.
Yeah.
Right? I think it's fair to be like, man, make everything white. Like,
Yeah.
who cares? Like,
Yeah.
the amount of money they're making is that much
Also,
trouble?
yeah, seriously.
Also, I forgot to mention, I need the animal's blood for ritual sacrifice.
Yeah.
And to bathe in so I can keep
Or
myself
rub
young.
it on my guitar.
Or spit it out halfway through the show, like, you know, Gene Simmons does.
I saw that, and that was pretty badass.
That was good. I saw Kiss. That was incredible.
Blues Fest 2 years ago?
Yeah, I saw them in Montreal like last year.
Oh, yeah. No, they put on a
Kiss
good
was
show.
Apparently
Yeah.
in Blues Fest, when he vomited up the blood like he always does when he was being raised on the platform, you could hear him being like, fuck,
Really?
like spitting out the fake blood.
Thing is, like, about the show is that it's like, I'm not a big Kiss music fan. Like,
neither.
Yeah.
They're okay. Like, I get what they're
It's like
but
they were
what
great
they
glam.
are to me-
rock and roll all night.
They didn't even do that
And
one.
party some of the day.
Some of them
Have a really
I'm old,
great
need
day.
to take a nap. But like, they're playing, and it's like, it's not that they're the crazy rock and roll band.
Yeah.
It's that it's like almost like rock and roll satire.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're making fun of all the gimmicks.
They're very
right?
professional, but they also
They
like
are, yeah.
like. But you know, they
It's
start
set up
they start
perfect.
playing Won't Get Fooled Again and then stop it just to mess with people. They start playing Stairway to Heaven. They're like, no, not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Their game that they play is perfect. Like,
Yeah.
they know exactly what they're gonna be
yeah.
doing.
And like Gene Simmons says outright, he's like, yeah, we sold out, but we did it because we wanted to make money to continue
Oh, yeah.
making our music. And he's like, he's just outraged, just like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what most bands have to do at some point anyway.
I would do
so
that in a
yeah.
heartbeat. It
Yeah,
sounds
it's
like
like-
Brandon.
if I was super famous and they were like, hey, to keep making money, release this album.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like to get like $100
So
a
you're saying
second,
if
do
I-
this. Okay.
Yeah, it's like if you want to make another $1.5 million, release this album. Yes,
Only
sir.
$1.5 million.
Yeah.
Can't we make it 2?
Yeah.
Let's just round it up, boys.
But like right before that, we saw Motorhead.
Oh, sick.
That was one of the crazy. Like I've never
What
been
was
to a
that?
concert that's that intense.
Really?
Like to see them,
They
like
still have it?
they did like Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
That's in
The
a
one song I know about
Clive
them.
Owen movie.
I've heard Motley Crue puts on a really great live
Oh,
show
wait,
still.
shoot 'em up?
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
They put on this song, right? They start and like all the whole day we've been in mosh pits, right? Like Billy Talent played. Like Billy Talent's not the hardest rock, but there's still mosh
Yeah,
pit
there's
involved.
still definitely a mosh pit.
A guy died at like Suicide Silence. Like my friend, the guy died. My friend's holding his foot. Like,
What?
yeah, at Suicide Silence. It was crazy.
Wait, when
name
was this? What
Last
the
year
Is
in Montreal.
eerily prophetic.
Holy shit. This is like Warped Tour?
No, it was heavy metal.
Heavy MTL, okay.
Yeah, it was crazy. But you know, we're moshing at like Disturbed, which was nuts. Some guy just picked me up and like I was like, what the
Well, it's
fuck?
Disturbed.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on,
like
get down with the sickness.
Yeah. Exactly. They were playing exactly. It's the last song they always do, and everyone just goes crazy. But anyway, like all the mosh pits are pretty like legit. Like you've been to mosh pits, right? Where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like everyone. There's kind of like a code of conduct of like,
Yeah,
you know,
like
no
you
one-
pick people up if
Nobody's
they fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody's beating the shit out of each other.
No, it's just you're pushing each other around.
I didn't get involved in Motorhead.
Really?
These people looked angry. Like it was like.
There are shows that are like that. Like
Yeah.
when my friends
Which
went and
is-
saw the Casualties, it was
Yeah.
actually like the mosh pit is unlike anything they'd ever seen. It was
Yeah.
people beating the shit out of each
See,
other.
I'd say that's impressive though, because considering even though I know Motorhead was really heavy for its time, it is like 30-some years old
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
But if
now
they're still
It
going
still
crazy
gets-
like that, like,
It was weird because the first day we went, it was a totally different group because we went for 2 days. So the first day, it was the kids who are a fan of Billy Talent, Suicide Silence, and Disturbed. So there were a bunch of like 18-year-old, like quasi like emo
God.
emo
scene
skater
yeah.
kids, you know. The next day, because it's Motorhead, Kiss, it was like old timey. I went into the back of the closet and found my old leather vest, rocking like rockers kind of deal. It was awesome. Like it was like everyone here is like 50, but Motorhead started, and I swear I was like, someone's gonna die. It was nuts.
Brent and I were kind of having our own kind of conversation there, but you gotta know a movie's gonna be good when Parade is the opening song to it, and a guy gets a carrot in his eye.
Oh, and then he puts the carrot in the guy's mouth and fucking punches it, and it like bursts through.
Are you
the
guys
guy's
talking
head.
Shoot 'em Up?
Yes. Shoot 'em up. One of the greatest movies.
The
of all
website
time.
for that
so good.
movie, I remember seeing it and being like, "This is the coolest website ever."
It was that movie was
Clive Owen.
Right, so
The
yeah,
only
it was so
only
massive.
time I've seen Shoot 'em Up was when I was really fucking wasted, and I don't remember any of it except the sex scene, which is also
Oh,
a
yeah.
fight scene.
He's having sex and like
He's having
shooting
sex while
people.
assassins are coming
That
in
was
the room.
that was the most masculine thing I'd ever seen.
I saw that and I was like,
Like my
became a man.
My dick actually like shrank an inch after that. 'Cause it's like I'm not man enough for this.
Mom, there's hair in places now.
I think I'm a werewolf because Clive Owen just banged Monica, whatever the hell her last name is, Belushi.
Lewinsky.
Belushi.
I'm pretty. I don't know.
She is married to Jim.
Wait, Jim Belushi has a wife? Someone married him?
It's probably not Belushi.
I hope not. Because Jim Belushi can do way better.
You think?
Dan Aykroyd can. He has his own wine.
Yeah.
That's
Do you think he ever drinks wine that isn't his own wine? Like, if you had your own wine, why else would you drink other shit?
Because a lot of the time their wine is shit.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd wine ain't that great, dude.
It's like
It's better than most celebrity wines.
Yeah.
Do you know Wayne Gretzky has a wine? It's called Number 99.
I can imagine it
Santanos
is
has
called-
has a champagne, actually. Carlos Santanos has a champagne. The
Does
Lonely
it?
Island
Really?
has a song about it.
I'd buy that.
Doesn't
Oh yeah,
he
yeah,
just,
yeah.
Doesn't
Santana
Santana
DBX.
just? Doesn't he just like play guitar?
He's a really fucking good
yeah, but like
player.
is that his whole
Santana?
thing? He plays like
Well,
that.
it's like
weird-
that's the same as saying like Jimi Hendrix or Van Halen.
No, but like
Just
he
plays
has the
guitar.
same kind of sound to like for his songs. It's like that weird. I don't even know what to call it.
yeah,
Hispanic.
It's like it's like a
guitar.
I don't
Spanish.
know. I'm a bit of a guitar snob, so I really like him.
I love Santana.
Yeah,
He's the guy that got me into playing
Well,
guitar
like-
than Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, he's
like, okay, like, we were talking about this at school. Like, you were sitting
But then
on the
why did
computer,
he-
And this guy's sitting there with a Rob Thomas playlist. I'm going like, fucking right. Like, I do that too. Like,
People don't realize how much they like Matchbox 20.
I don't even think they realize the
People don't
songs they know.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where it's like, if you listen to 90s radio, that's all you were listening to. You're listening to Matchbox 20. Like, you listen to their songs now, you're like, oh, I love this one. Wait, what? I know this one? Like, every one of their songs. Like, Santana is a song with, like, Rob Thomas, Smooth. Everyone knows that song, and everyone liked that song.
Yeah, they just didn't realize.
They just don't know it's Matchbox 20.
Here's my
They don't
question
realize
for
who
you,
it is.
Ian. If Santana is so good, why did he do a song with Chad Kroeger?
That's true.
Hey, the guitar
tricked
playing
him
in
with
that
his
song
magic.
is good.
Yeah,
the guitar playing
I will
is some of the
admit
most delicious guitar
Chad
playing.
Kroeger is a magician.
I love that picture.
Clearly,
I've
the
never-
only reason Nickelback is still popular.
The best trolling I ever seen was a picture of like Chad Kroeger and it says like Kurt Cobain, the greatest. It's like people will like get like upset.
There's entire Facebook pages dedicated to that where it just says Kurt Cobain and it's all pictures of Chad Kroeger.
I'm a fan
So
of
well
the Will
done.
Smith fan group on
Yeah,
Facebook,
that's awesome.
and it's all Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
They're all just like, oh yeah, I loved him in this movie, you know, this thing. It's like, oh, that's Danny Glover.
Men in
But
Black.
I loved Samuel L. Jackson in The Dark Knight.
Samuel Jackson was the best Fresh Prince kid.
Oh
Would that
man.
not be the best episode though? If like a young
Sam
Samuel L.
Jackson.
Jackson was in it, and you didn't know, like you're watching, and you're like, wait,
Samuel,
what?
no, there's a movie
No,
where
he
Samuel L. Jackson
credited
is
as
credited as
Black
Black Man.
I don't think he would have ever gotten out of like West Philadelphia because like if people were like messing with him, he'd been like, what? Just killed everybody.
so yeah, you're good.
Home, smell you later.
I actually watched all of Fresh Prince recently, all
It's
6
brilliantly
seasons.
funny.
It's still
Like, it's
pretty good. Like it
surprisingly
holds
good.
up.
And it has my favorite moment is when Will Smith is sitting there and he's like, we're rich, and they're like, oh yeah, and he's like, if we so rich, why come we can't afford a roof? And it looks up.
Yeah, it
and
looks up and it's all the
studio
lights. Yes. No.
For like 3 seconds,
it was
entire
meta.
series, they went meta.
It was meta before meta was cool. Like
Yeah.
whenever Jazz came in and they replaced an act, like his aunt got replaced season 3 to 4.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
changed the actress.
Yeah.
And so in season 5 when it was new, Jazz came in. He's like, so who's playing your aunt this year? And Will's like, what are you talking about? And then his cut, like the baby comes in, who was a baby last season, who's like a toddler now, and Jazz is like, how did he get so tall? And Will Smith just looks at the camera and like
More TV
shrugs.
like that.
Like,
Yeah,
it's so fucking
I feel
good.
bad for the guy who played the butler because when he was in like Britain,
Jeffrey?
he was like a renowned opera, not opera, like a
Theater, yeah.
Shakespearean actor.
You know-
and then he got here and they're like, you want to be on Fresh Prince?
Who's the
Butler?"
guy? Who's the black guy in
Parents
Final
Just Don't
Destination?
I don't.
Final Destination.
Dude, that's
Have you
like
actually
saying,
seen those
you
movies?
know who the young white girl is in
No,
Friday
Scary movie?
13th, 16?
He's like, no,
Just
he's the
Gobble.
oldest. He's the old black guy, and he's in every single movie. He doesn't die. He's just like a minor character. I think.
Like Morgan Freeman.
No, it's like
No, that's Morgan Freeman. He's the old black guy who
Don
never
Cheadle.
dies.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Don Cheadle, but he was like this really well-known Shakespearean actor in Britain. He came over. Those are the only movie roles he got.
Shit.
Like
That
this
sucks.
and he's like, they did an interview with him, and you could tell he was kind of bitter about it, but he couldn't say it because like
Especially because
That's how-
British TV is so much better. Like
is.
British TV and movies so much
Misfits?
better than
I
American.
don't
Misfits, you
believe
seen
that
Misfits?
though,
Good.
because like people are always like the British Office is so much better. I
No, the
watched
British
it.
Office isn't.
It's fucking boring.
It's like British TV is a different kind of comedy,
Yeah.
but when they hit the right vein of
It's a
comedy
lot
for
more,
North
like,
America, it's way
sarcastic
better.
and-
It's
Yeah.
dry. It's
Yeah,
really
it's
it's a
much
good
drier.
mix of like what they're saying with slapstick comedy.
Yeah, really
like,
random and dry.
Like
yeah.
if you watch Monty Python, like to me
Monty
that's
Python.
brilliant. Like I watched Holy Grail not that long ago, and it's so good. Like
My
it's-
friend Harry got the entire box set of Monty Python, all of
Like
the
Flying
seasons.
Circus?
Yeah, Flying Circus.
Yeah, I watched
so good.
It is, yeah.
Like,
But the thing is, they've done things that like they did everything. They did slapstick. They did dry. They did
like,
intellectual.
Monty
they did dumb. They did
Python
random
was,
humor. They did everything.
Was such
you know
a
what I mean?
breakthrough for the
Yeah.
comedy scene, especially
That's
on
pretty
television.
much where
like no one
modern
else had
comedy
done that
started.
before they came on before they came on air.
Yeah, like they're so good.
Just the fact that I can watch Holy Grail like every month and I'd
Yeah.
still laugh.
It never gets old.
You know.
That's a sign of good music.
And,
You
like,
keep listening to good comedy, good anything.
So many things reference it now. Like there's in Dungeons and Dragons, they created a sub-game called Kobolds Ate My Baby, which is actually more of just like a drinking frat game version of D&D. And one of the random ways you can die is you hear, laissez la vache, and then a cow hits you. Like, it's just so, like, Monty Python is so steeped in pop culture, most people don't even realize
what
it.
do they say? They're like, Change la vache. They're like, what? Change la vache. Laissez la vache. Go get the cow.
Yeah,
okay.
I like how Tony.
No, and like there's so much stuff in Monty Python that people don't even pick up on. Like the cook killing King Arthur is like an old saying in England. Is French cook could kill King Arthur.
Well, they're also smart. Like one of them was like a history major. One of them was was Dr. Graham Chapman's a
Meaning
doctor.
of Life is the trippiest movie anyone would ever
Meaning
see.
of Life is fantastic.
The whole movie
Life
starts.
of Brian. So good.
The starting of Meaning of Life, it relates nothing to the rest of the movie. They're just sitting. Oop, my bad. They're in like an office building, and then one office building starts like rolling. How does it work? Like they're rolling and they start attacking other.
The whole intro had nothing to do with it.
Beyond, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But Monty Python was so fantastic. Like I remember the first time I saw Monty Python Holy Grail was in my philosophy class. He showed us philosophical soccer, which was like the German philosophers versus the Greek philosophers, and the whole game was just them standing there like stroking their chin.
Yeah.
And then Plato has a breakthrough and he makes a goal. Just so fucking fantastic.
They could do things that no one else could do, like with the race where it's all Queen Elizabeth in first, all Queen Elizabeth's coming. Like no one else could pull it off, but they somehow do it.
It's so good, and it's like you even forget that it's in front of a live studio audience just because it's done so well.
Yeah, well, they have a laugh track, I'm pretty sure though.
No, it's a live studio audience.
Sure, 'cause some of it sounds kind of laugh
No,
tracky.
it's all some of it might be laugh tracky, but like all of the stuff they were actually doing in front of like a scene was in front of a live studio audience.
They were probably one of the first for that too.
We got a tweet. The guy says, "You guys have a text ticker like that thing," and he goes, "You're officially a news organization." This just in. This show kicks a whole bunch of ass.
This just in, we've been ranting about Monty Python for like 15 minutes. Back to you.
Whatever.
Some price makes a better
what
show
time are
further
we
than
at?
that.
We're at 11:30, I think. Yeah, 11:24. We can go for a break soon.
All right, I think we'll do it right now.
Right now, go for it.
Fine. So we are gonna take a break. Thanks, guys, for listening. I do want to. I find we do that thing where we do fall into movies. I know
We have 6 viewers.
I know we do. So
You're not gonna take your shirt off again, are you?
This shirt's really.
at 10, you guys take the shirt.
Yeah,
off.
that is the deal.
Hannah, put this back on.
Ladies. So
Boys.
at 10, the shirts come off and the toque goes back on. So get your
It's
friends.
all kinds of sexy.
So
Mainly the gross kind.
we're gonna take a break. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with more of the Fingerbang Radio Show Podxploitation 3, based on the novel Pushed by Sapphire.